to unbox today. So hello and welcome. Oh my gosh. Yes. So I have had a bunch of different companies reach out to me and say, hey, can we send you some stuff? And of course I'm me and I have no chill. So I'm like, yeah, sure. Of course you can send me some stuff. So yes, we have quite a bit of stuff to get through today. I have links to everything that we're going to look at in the description box. I hope, if there's anything missing, you just let me know. And as we go through, I would love to hear which items are you most excited about, which ones do you most want to try for yourself. Technically speaking, this isn't even everything. We have another package on its way. I was hoping it was going to arrive by today, but it's not here yet. And we've also got another journal, which is over to the side. We might actually start with that one. Now, I will say that I've seen we've had a new member join, which is very exciting. So, yay! Welcome to the team with a capital T, Wookie Mouse. Such a pleasure to have you here with us. I don't know, it doesn't tell me necessarily if you're like new or if you're upgraded. So apologies if you're like, I've been here all along and I'm just like calling you out for only having just joined. But yes, hello, welcome. Let me know, what are you guys doing while we're unboxing today? I'm going to move all of these out of the way and we're going to start with the other package. But let's see. I did try and tidy up my desk before I started because we're going to need a whole bunch of space to stash all of these items while we go through it. So I'll check this to the side. And I'll also say that as part of this video, we also have 2 giveaways that are going to be happening. One of those giveaways is going to be run here through YouTube, and the other one is through Instagram. So the Instagram giveaway has actually already been posted, in theory, hopefully, because I scheduled it to post like 2 minutes ago, but that one is also there for you. So the first package we have here, and we're not going to flip it over because that's my address, and you guys don't need to know that, but this one is from the Bullet Journal, like the Bullet Journal company, which of course you can get 10% off your order with code JashiiCorrin10 if you want to, because we love savings. But they sent me their new, I think, what is it? Green 23, is that what they're calling it? Because it was blue 22 and it rhymed, it was very satisfying, and now it's green 23, which doesn't quite have the same ring to it, but you know, similar kind of idea. You want my address, you can just come visit, it's fine. So this one is their new notebook. It's still the edition 2, but it's a new thicker paper pocket guide. I don't know if you can tell because it's like shiny there on the sticker. The sticker is not on the notebook, it's just on the packaging. But this one is the official Bullet Journal. It tries to stop spending money, watches a Jess haul. Oh no! Well no, see, I am hauling these things. I'm showing you all of these so you can live vicariously through me. Isn't that the idea? I'm not trying to enable you, but like if you want this journal, you can get this journal. It is available on their website. But I was kind of tempted, possibly, to open this without having too much of an ASMR moment. I'm kind of thinking possibly I could use this one for my goals journal. Like we talked about in our recent lineup video, I'm thinking about setting up a separate goals journal and possibly in a notebook that has slightly thinner paper to what I usually use. This one has slightly thinner paper, but it is a very pretty green. It does not show up perfectly on camera, I'll just let you know. I'll zoom you in a little bit, we can see if we can possibly get it to show it. It looks a lot darker on camera than it actually is in real life, at least from my end. But we'll open it up, we'll have a look inside. So we have the little slip piece of paper here. Ugh, stuck to the front cover. Oh no, that's not great. That's not a great start journal. I mean, it's alright. Nobody was damaged. But we'll slip that guy off. I always find it really tricky because they put it in between the elastic band. I'm like, no, I need to get this out, but I don't want to hurt the elastic band. And there we go. So this guy just has like all the information to say what you can expect in your new notebook, all in the very pretty gold kind of foiling, but that's just information. We don't need that. We don't read the instructions. We know how to use a notebook. In theory. So because it is from the LT1917 brand, we have some information about their products as well. So we can tuck that to the side. It comes with an inbuilt grid guide in the front cover here. So it shows you how many divisions, or rather how many boxes you would need for each different type of division. So they've got the half and then the half if you wanted to have a space between 2 boxes. And they've got thirds and similar again, third with space between them and that kind of thing. So the ones that don't have space are on that foiling, which is very shiny, very pretty. You can see that it actually tells you like half, third, quarter, a sixth, an eighth. You know, given the fact that a lot of people use this for like weekly stuff, you'd think they'd maybe put sevenths in here as well, even though it'd be really tricky. So the green that you see here, which is, you know, it's matte, which means it doesn't reflect quite as much. This guy is more true in terms of the color compared to the front. Like, this is, it's very pretty, let's put it that way. And you've got your embossed bullet journal and rah rah rah, but the camera makes it feel a little bit darker than it actually is, you know? So I would still call it an emerald. It is definitely an emerald green, but it's not as dark as it appears on camera. But yes. So we've got inside cover, grid spacing guide, excellent. And then we have a blank page, nameplate page, no like this book belongs to or anything, just 3 lines. And number 1 starts here, it seems, which is interesting. Typically when I start numbering a journal, I like to think of number 1 as the page that comes after the index. Just because I feel like the index should be like page 0 in my mind. But paste for your key, and we've got different symbols already in here if you're using like the original bullet journal method, which makes sense because this is the bullet journal notebook. And one of the things that they offer on each of the pages are these little kind of grid dots, which are super hard to see if you're, you know, this far away. But if we bring you a little bit closer, you can see that there's 2 dots to say, hey, this is the halfway mark, and then 3 dots to say, hey, this is the thirds mark. So you don't actually have to cut it out, get out. You don't have to count it out yourself, which can be kind of useful. So we've got that. The page numbers are in the middle of the page, not the corner. So that's also something to note if that's not really your vibe. Cream colored paper rather than bright white like we have in the Archer and Olive. So grab the Archer and Olive so we can have a little snoop. Yeah, like index and Roman numerals, that kind of makes sense to me, eh? So you can kind of see the difference in color here, probably. So this one is more of an ivory, kind of creamy colored paper. It's got that yellow tinge to it. And this one is white. Yeah. So if you don't like stark white paper, which I always find that if I'm using my journal in a place that's very sunny, like outside, not that I go outside, but if I did, having it color paper like this is just a little bit nicer to use compared to the white paper. But I also find that bright white paper is going to show up your water-based markers with more vibrancy. So it's kind of like that balancing act. Like, I like the vibrancy and the kind of true color that comes with white paper, but in terms of just, you know, not giving yourself eye strain, that a creamy colored paper like this can actually be really nice too. So it's really just about what you like. So there are some kind of pre-set up pages. As you can see, we've got the key, obviously. It's got enough space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 already filled in. And then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 twice. 36? Question mark. 36 spaces, but 8 of those are already filled in, so do with that as you will. We have an intentions space, so obviously, like, you don't have to use it for intentions. You could just cover up that header and use it for whatever you want to. And then we've got the index pages, so index, and index. 4 pages of indexing, so that goes to page 7. One of the things that they also have on the indexing kind of numbers, they've got a little dot here. So once you have finished your notebook, I think the idea with this is that once you finish your notebook, you cross off the pages that are completely done with, like you don't need to migrate them, move them to your next journal or whatever else, just so that you can kind of see at a glance, like, hey, do I actually want to keep this page? Do I want to move it into my new journal? If so, you know, you can do that, and if not, hey, it's been crossed off. I already know. Past me gave me that visual hint. Very helpful. So indexing, we've got 4 pages of that, which makes sense because this notebook has 206 pages. So if you're kind of more inclined to do a lot of just individual collections that you want to record in the index, then you're going to need a lot of index space. So, woo, makes sense. After the index though, we have a space for the future log, because again, this is set up to be for bullet journaling as per the original bullet journal method. So you've got your future log space, that goes across 2 spreads as well. So you can fit nice full calendar year or probably even more depending on how you set it up. And then after that, we're just into the regular pages. So all of those pages have the little dots. They've got the dot down the bottom. They've got your number in the middle of the page. I think that the reason they put the number in the middle rather than the corner is so that you can do threading. So for those of you who don't know, threading is effectively a navigation tool in your bullet journal. You can use it to find the previous and next instance of a collection. So let's just say that on page 29, I'm doing a swatch page or something, but the swatch page before that was on page 12. I could just write down in the bottom corner here, 12, so I know, if I want to turn back to the last version of this, I need to go to page 12. And then if the next one's on page like 46, then I can write 46 in this corner to say if I want to flip forward to the next instance, I go to 46. We have a video about it on the channel, but yes. Now you can see poking out here, we have not 1, not 2, but 3 bookmarks. And if we get those guys out, and they're all secured at the bottom to each other, abuse. So this guy is the white one, and I have already damaged it, but it's fine because I don't really use 3 bookmarks anyways. But we've got the green one that matches the green of the notebook, which is nice. We have a white one and we have a grey one, and it's kind of nice that they're different colours, but still neutral, yeah? So the green obviously matches the cover, but these two don't feel like they clash or are obtrusive in any way. The nice part about them being coloured, though, I feel, is that if you have a specific colour associated with a specific page that you're trying to reference, it's a little easier to be like, oh yeah, I flipped to my green page to go and find my daily logs, and I flipped to my grey page to find my monthly logs, and I flipped to my white page so that I can find my, I don't know, some kind of a year-long tracker or whatever else. One thing that I saw somebody do, which I thought was really cool, they got those little little letter beads. So they got one that was an M, a W, and a D, so like monthly, weekly, daily, and they put them on the end of the ribbon and tied them off so that then when they were sitting outside the journal, they could see which one was which. I think that their ribbons were all the same colour, but I thought it was a really cool idea. So it's like, yep, don't need to try and figure out, like, flip to all of them to find the one that I'm looking for. I can just be like, oh, this one's M, that's my monthly page, pull over to the monthly page. Very snazzy. I like that idea. But yes, so we've got our bookmarks, that's cool. And then in the back, once you get to your next one, you can scan to learn more stuff. We have some stickers, I believe. Stickers. Yes, I love stickers. So we've got some, months of the year? We've got 2 for each. So you could maybe put them on your future log and then on your monthly log or something like that. And they're in that pretty foiling, which is like kind of like a bronzy gold. It might not show up quite so bronzy on camera, but it is very pretty. And then we've got some little... I'm on spree this year with damaging, especially when it comes to notebooks, right? Like this one we just got out of the box and I'm like, ruined, destroyed in seconds. It's fine. The journal will be fine. It's just because I pulled it a little bit too aggressively, so the end fiber came out and then it's just like dun 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 dun. It made a little scrunchy, but it's fine. We just pull that back. Now it's just got a track in it. It's okay. Not like I really use the bookmarks anyways. But other stickers we have on here, you can see we've got the days of the week, and they all start on Monday, so you just like trim them back to whichever day your month actually starts on. We've got some little dots and some little lightning bolts, which is kind of cute. We have a what's called like an archiving strip, which might be hard to see, but it's effectively one long sticker, and this goes on the spine of your notebook. Yeah? So this guy you stick to the spine so that you can write on to say like, oh, you know, bullet journal number 7, 2023 to 2024 or whatever. And then we've got the numbers for the days of the month. So 1 through 31, you just cut off the ones that you don't need. Yeah. Snazzy. I like it when journals come with stickers. What we also have in here though is a little booklet, and this little booklet is some information about how to actually use the bullet journal, like if you want to do it with the original method. Trim that thread and glue it before it unweaves. Yeah, probably should. So a little poem about time, which is kind of cute. So things about the system versus the practice. So it's that kind of idea of like the what and the why of bullet journaling, where the system is the what. It's kind of just all the kind of functional working pieces kind of thing, and the practice is more about the kind of mindfulness aspect. And that goes through what and why, system versus practice, setting up your index, how to do that. So it just kind of walks you through step by step so that you can see how that you would do it. But, you know, if you've been doing it for as long as me, you've kind of, taken the system and morphed it into your own kind of thing, so you probably don't really need it. But if you were getting this for somebody who was just getting into bullet journaling, say, someone who was kind of curious about it and they wanted some original guidance, from the original method, from the creator, then that would be a really cool idea. So, got some resources there, looking cute. Sadly, I'm not listed here. Very rude. I like to think of myself as a resource. Do better. Anyways. So that is our first item. As said, if you wanted to get yourself something from the bullet journal company, you can of course use code JashiiCorrin10. We love savings, gives us 10% off. But this new green is so pretty. Do I like it more than the blue? Because I have a slight vendetta against blue joes right now, yes, possibly. Can I get this back into the back pocket without doing a journal murder? Yes, I can do this. I believe in me. I like how it's properly sized to fit in the back pocket as well. That's a snazzy design. That gold foiling is very pretty. Ooh, yeah, shiny. It's been out of the box for 15 minutes and we're setting it on fire? Chaos! Yeah, pretty much. So in terms of the actual paper itself, we're not gonna write in this one, only because it's literally a notebook that I've already reviewed before. We already have a review on the channel, but I'll go and grab the other one so you can kind of see what a pen test in it would look like. It's just on my shelf. So, where are you, Blue Joe? Oh dear, where did I keep you? There you are. Alright. So, this guy is the same notebook, just in blue. Actually, I don't think I've done a pen test in this one either, because I've got... Let's see, did I do a pen test in this one? No, I don't think we did a review video on this one. We just kind of showed it off, the fact that it was new. Please hold caller. I also have the other version of this one, which is the black one. I think they've got a pink one as well, don't they? Come on, black notebook. Where are you? There you are. I see you. Hiding back there. Alright. Attempt 3. This guy. So this is the original bullet journal too, so you can see that this one says edition 2, this one says edition 2, and this one probably also, yes, funnily enough, says edition 2, because they're all the same notebook, just in different colours. So we'll move this guy to the side. Have a look at the pen testing in the back. So, one of the nice things is that when I do pen testing, I actually write down the name of the pen so we can see which ones are which. I don't have to try and remember what order I did any of this in. So I did Karen marker, Pilot sign pen, Pilot friction pen, Papermate Inkjoy, Zig clean colored dot with the dots and the kind of writing nib, Liquid Flare, Pigment Micron, Faber-Castell, etc. So these guys here, I've done a couple of passes over. So the Tombow Jaw Brush marker, we've got like 1 pass over, 2 pass over, 3 pass over, because often when I'm using pens like this, I'm kind of coloring stuff in. Yeah. So if we flip to the back, I remember this. I was actually really surprised that because they've got the thicker paper, it's 120 GSM. We do have ghosting, but it's honestly not that bad. Like, I feel like on camera it maybe doesn't show up as much as it is in real life. The only one that you can kind of distinctly see is probably the Karen marker. Possibly. Let's see. You guys barely see that. I'm thinking, did I flip too many pages? I'm starting to feel like I flipped too many pages. No, I didn't. That's page 203. And that's page 204. So, interesting. Yeah, okay, cool. Not so shabby at all. I think that given the fact that the ghosting really isn't that bad in this would make her a really good goals notebook. Yeah, you can barely see it on camera, right? Like, you can maybe just mark out like the K here. And then you can see that there's something there possibly, like if you kind of compare this region where there's nothing written to maybe there, I don't know, you can barely see it. So ghosting wise, really not that bad. Bleeding doesn't really have anything. We'll chuck a Sharpie down in this one though, so that then we can kind of, actually see something bleed in the notebook. Let's see, put Sharpie. I don't have any nice thin Sharpies, so it's just little chalk Sharpie. In terms of GSM of the paper, I believe it is 120 GSM. Does it say on the front cover? No. No? Does it say on the back? Yes, alrighty. Ink-proof, 120 GSM paper, fountain pen friendly, which means that it is possibly coated. I don't have a fountain pen though. Yeah, bleed. So we can see, there we go. The Sharpie bleeds. Not that I was planning on using a Sharpie in here, but the other one that maybe bleeds just like a tiny bit, or like gets into the realm of bleeding, is the Uniball Air Micro, but that's pretty typical for the Uniball Air Micro because it's like a weirdly aggressive pen for what it is. But yeah, so the Sharpie bleeds, not that I was going to use it. The other ones do ghost, in particular the Karen marker, which is a very wet pen, and the Uniball Air Micro. But the rest of them actually hold up fairly well. I'm impressed, you know, considering I've already done this before and I've just forgotten that, you know. Yeah, so I've used the 100, not the 100, sorry. I've used the 80 GSM LT1917 before, and that one really irked me in terms of the bleeding and ghosting. Just because of the way that I like to do my journaling, I like to use markers and things with, you know, more than just kind of black pen. If I was just using black pen, it wouldn't really bother me, but I like to do kind of, I'm going to say art, like creative bits, doodling stuff, that kind of thing. And I don't like to have any of it show through to the other side because then it interacts or rather interferes with other decorative pieces. That's not the vibe. So in terms of actually using these journals with their 120 GSM paper, I would feel more comfortable doing some kind of artistry in here, my version of artistry, because it really doesn't seem to be as bad in terms of the ghosting. But my inclination would be to use this for a goals journal. I think maybe a very pretty green goals journal, but we'll see. Alright, so that is the first of our items, the bullet journal edition 2 in the green, so green 23. The next item we're gonna unbox is Le Poink, this guy. Alrighty, so this is from Typhosi. We're gonna zoom out a little bit so we can kind of see the box. You can see it, shiny, pretty. Alrighty, put pen to paper and let your ideas flow. So this is a brand that I actually hadn't heard of before until they reached out to me. Very nice. And they said, hey, we'd love to send you a journal and we'd also love to host a giveaway with you. So first of all, yes, we have a discount code because we love savings. So if you wanted to get yourself 10% off at Typhosi, I hope I'm saying that right, you can use JashiiCorrin 10, but this is one of the brands that we are doing a giveaway with. If you want to enter that giveaway, the giveaway is going to be held through Instagram rather than YouTube. So if you're already following me over there, the post is already up, you should be able to find it. If you're not, then you can head over to instagram.com/JashiiCorrin. There's a link in the description and you can check it out that way. We'll talk more about that in a bit, but for now, we're gonna open the box. Oh my gosh. I'm such a sucker for a good box and it's super problematic. I have like 4 boxes that are like this sitting in the corner of my office just being like, you don't want to throw us away. You love us too much. I'm like, yes, I know. That's why you're still here and have been here for the last several months. So, open this up without doing a murder on my microphone, which is sitting right here. So we have some beautiful paper, which is going to end up being a mess on my desk. Let's see. Do we just... I don't want to ASMR you, but I'm going to have to get rid of this paper. Oh dear. Oh, now it's all over me. That was a choice. Oh, where do I put this? Get in the bin. Oh god. Now my office looks like a barn. I know it wasn't hay, but it kind of looks like hay. Alright, we've got some gorgeous little bits and pieces, so we'll grab those out of the box and put the box to the side. Whoopah. Safe. The box lid just says the spaces on the internet that you can find them, so like Typhosi Stationery at Instagram and all of that kind of thing. I'll just grab this shrapnel and put it away, and then I'll bring the box back so you can read it if you'd like. So, lid of the box says, follow us for more inspiration, and it tells us where we can find them. I feel like I need to go and update that on my post so that we actually take you guys to the right place, otherwise that'll be kind of a bad thing. So, in terms of our bits and pieces in here, wrapped in tissue paper, very nice, very nice. So we've got a box of goodies. It says Reminisce of Thoughts Retro Imprint Series. So I'm not sure what that is, but it looks cute. We have some, pretty stickers. So shiny. So shiny. Love the holographic foiling. We'll have a look at that. And then we have the notebook. Alrighty, put pen to paper and let your ideas flow. We're going to look at the notebook first because, haha, we're a sucker for a good notebook. And you can already kind of see what color I nabbed. Is ASMR a verb now? I'm not sure. Alright, so the first thing that they gave me in this box were some alphabet stickers so that we can kind of like personalize the nameplate page. I believe this might come as a set item in all of their notebooks. Let's see. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Alrighty, yes. We do have all the letters there. We've got five of each letter. So even if you have a name that has like a lot of E's or something like that, you should hopefully be okay. I always find that with alphabet stickers, I run out of vowels very quickly. Given that these ones are just intended to be used for your nameplate page, it's probably not so bad. So we'll put the shiny boys to the side and sit over there. But in terms of the notebook is their Butterfly Moon collection. So it has a kind of like gold foiled front cover, which is very pretty. I say butterfly. Is it a butterfly? Yes, it's a butterfly. The Butterfly Moon. Very nice full cover design. And then it's also got the decoration on the spine edge as well, which is that kind of like moon, I'm going to call it like a moon chandelier. It's like a thing. And stars. I love stars and sparkles. I'm a sucker for stars and sparkles. It's a very pretty purple. I really like this purple, actually. It's a really nice purple. It's hard to find nice purple journals, but it's one of those ones that isn't all one color, right? I think you can kind of see that it has some kind of slightly darker, slightly lighter sections. It's got some like kind of gradients going through it, which is quite pretty as well. And then on the back cover, we've got that moth, not a moth, it's a butterfly design again, but just a little different with the foiling and the little cloud corners, which are very pretty. So in terms of this journal versus other journals I have, things to note are that we have sharp corners. Pew, pew. So good for, I know, fending off attackers with your journal or something like that. And they do also have sharp corner paper. So it feels kind of more like a book than it does like a typical notebook that I have. If we compare it to something like this guy here, which is an Archer and Olive, you can see it has like rounded corners on the paper and on the notebook. This one, it is sharp. I just realized that we also have another sharp sitting out. I just didn't put the cap on my knife. That's safe, Jessica. But in terms of cover design, it is really pretty. So we open it up, we have the elastic closure, we have a bookmark in the back. Gilding! We have gilded edges. I love gilding so much. So a little bookmark in here, which you can see is purple as well. It is a different color purple to the front cover. It's a kind of a lighter purple, but it's not like offensively different. You know, I'm not sad about it. It's still pretty. Alrighty, on the inside cover, oh my gosh, that's so gorgeous. So this one has an interesting like triangular kind of cutout for where you can put your nameplate. This one is like a kind of, I'm gonna say it's like, it's not shiny, like it obviously has some shine to it, but it's a very smooth finish paper, so I think you'd have to be careful with what pen you are writing over the top of this with. And that's possibly why they're giving you these stickers, because it's just a lot easier to put stickers on it and have your name in there. But I love the feather designs, I love the little sparkles, the little clouds. I think it's very nice that the theme kind of continues through the notebook as well. So very pretty. Yeah, you wish there were more options than dot grids. You're just not a dot grid person. Yeah. So this first page, which in many notebooks is stuck to the front cover, is indeed stuck to the front cover. I would pull this apart, but I kind of don't want to. Usually I just rip it, and Monica gets sad at me, so we're not going to do that. Yeah, too smooth to write without smudging. I think that this one would smudge. I think you'd need to use a very particular type of pen on this if you didn't want it to smudge. And that's probably why you'd probably just opt for the stickers. In terms of the paper itself, the dot grid is darker than an Archer and Olive. I just compare everything to an Archer and Olive because it's my go-to, right? It is already numbered. The numbers are bigger than the one we had in the bullet journal. We're going to bring the bullet journal back so that you can kind of see. Okay? We might as well do a comparison with the notebook that we've just looked at. So the pages are, I'm going to go with white, but not as white as the A and O, I don't think. So this is definitely cream. This one is kind of like a balance between white, but not like punch you in the eyes white. The dot grid on this one, you can probably see, is a fair bit darker to the one that we have here. And the dots are bigger. So if you have trouble with seeing the dot grid, then this probably isn't too bad. Let's see. Dimensions. I need my ruler wherever I put it. You know, I said I tidied up my desk, and I didn't lie about that. I did tidy up my desk. Doesn't mean I can find anything. So across we have 13 centimeters. Let's see. Yep. I am going to say that one of these dots doesn't quite line up. Either that or my ruler's warped. One of the two. Let's see. It is 13 centimeters across, but one of these seems off. Let's see. Is it the same over here? Alrighty, it's doing the same thing over here, so maybe it is just my ruler. Who knows? 13 across, and we've got 19 down. So same dot grid dimensions as quite a lot of the notebooks that I've used before. So that's not too bad. Numbers larger than the bullet journal one, also on the outer corners, which is my personal preference, because typically when I'm flipping through a journal, I like to just flip through the corner to see the numbers. So that's for me. Here we go. If you were a planner company, nice. So aggressive dots, very visible, which is kind of, you know, good if you find seeing the regular dots that are kind of smaller and fainter a little bit tricky. So good visibility on the dots, good visibility on the numbers, because they are bigger than a lot of journals that do come with numbers. And in terms of number of pages, let's see, we have 256 pages. 256 pages, because it starts number 1 at the first one. We don't have any pre-printed pages outside of that nameplate page. So there's no pre-printed index or intentions or future log or anything. It's very much a use this journal as you will. And we have 256 of those. On the back, we have their branding, but it's effectively like a mimic of the stuff that we had on the front. So same design, just reversed. So butterfly and then hanging bits versus hanging bits and then butterfly, which is very cute. I think that this is very pretty. In terms of the paper itself, I believe that this one is 140 GSM. Let's go check, because I wrote it down. I'll bring you guys along with me. So, Typhosi. Moon, butterfly, rah rah. Let's see if I can show you. I can do this. I can figure it out. I can go the distance. There we go. You can see what I see? Yeah? So they have their hardcover Moon Butterfly notebook, which is what we're having a look at. It's an A5 size. It comes in a variety of different colors. So you got purple, blue, a kind of silver white, black, and then this one here in the corner is called Champagne Gold, which I think if you kind of see it, I've got it, every picture is kind of in shadow. There we go. That one gives you a better appreciation of what it looks like. So very, very pretty. So what it tells us is that it's, 140 GSM thick acid 3 paper. So the A3 letter sticker, 3D, there we go, letter stickers. We've got 128 sheets or 256 pages, numbered pages, ribbon bookmark, no bleed through or ghosting. Alrighty. We will test that theory. Alright, we're going to test that. You just need to tell me which pens, because we've got a lot of pens that we could test. There we go. And it says that, currently it's buy one, get one free. So order a Moon Butterfly notebook and get a free 12-pack of the brush pen set. That's kind of cool. Nice. And remember, you can use code if you want to, because we have a code for this. Right, what was it? JashiiCorrin 10? That sounds about right. So, yes, of course. JashiiCorrin 10 for 10% off if you want to grab yourself a saving, because these notebooks are very pretty. What I will say, though, is that although they have the Butterfly Moon one, which is really gorgeous, they also have a bunch of other ones that are really pretty. In particular, the ones that are related to the astrology signs. So, for instance, like, I'm a Libra, so we'll just look at the Libra one. But it's got, like, the little kind of hanging balancing scales and stuff. This one is only 100 GSM paper, so I wouldn't necessarily use it for regular bullet journaling, but I think that the cover designs are so gorgeous. And again, they're, like, gold foiled and all of that. Beautiful, all right? I know, like, they have several out of really nice journals. It's problematic, right? Also, I feel like we've been here for 35 minutes and we haven't even had a drink break. So, if you haven't had a beverage yet, then it's a good time. Tink. There we go. Beautiful. So yeah, they do have really, really lovely notebooks. And they also have a code at the moment, which is 20% off. Again, there's a link to their website in the description box, so jump on over there if you want to. Of course, I'm not actually trying to make you buy things. We probably don't really need to buy things, but if you want to buy things, you know, there are things to be bought. So if we flip all the way back, which, so pretty, so gold. And we're going to do some pen testing on this last page here, which I am going to gently crease so that then I don't have to pull it off the backing paper, because Monica will give me a hard time. There we go. Aggressive folding. So we need some pens so we can test some pens. Sharpie is of course going to be one of them. We're going to use a Pilot sign pen because it's nice and inky and I loves it. What else should we use? Oh, your conical flask has changed colour. Yay! It means you've been with us for a while. We want to use something like a Papermate Liquid Flare. Sounds good. Pilot G2. Do people use Pilot G2s? I've got like a little bin of pens here that I typically use for different trials and testing and stuff, so I'm kind of just pulling ones out of that. And we will use a Papermate Inkjoy because it's my faves. Right, you guys move out of the way. So we have Papermate Inkjoy, and I will say that just writing on this, I can kind of feel that this paper is coated. So that one is going to be longer drying time, which is something to watch out for. So Papermate Liquid Flare. There we go. Put that one to the side. Pilot G2. Alrighty. Pilot G2. We can chuck on a Sharpie because it is necessary. Sharpie. And we're going to do the Pilot sign pen. Oh, I love this pen. It's just got such a beautiful quality of black. But as I said, that one is very, like the paper, right? It is coated, which means that that's going to have a really long dry time. So I'll do a smudge test with you as well. We're just going to get a Zig Clean color out because it's good to have a Zig Clean color too. So, Zig Clean color. We'll do a little dot and a fat dot. And then like an ultra fat dot. Okay, well, that's just dotting it fat a couple of times. And renominate the Fudenosuke. Yes, I will find one. It is somewhere in the mess of pencil cases that I have. There we go. Tombow. Fudenosuke. Okay, gorge. And we want to do some kind of a smudge test as well. So for a smudge test, I'm going to use my baby. Where are you? My Papermate Inkjoy. So we'll do 1 second. 1, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. That was way too fast, eh? 5. And then 10 seconds. I feel like I actually need to bring up a clock. Otherwise, I'll just like count way too quickly. So 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Smudge. And then a 30-second one. We'll leave that to sit there and think about its choices. So while we're sitting here waiting for that to dry off, you can see from our smudge test here that yes, the paper is certainly coated, so it is going to take a while to dry. And I'm wondering if that's just no, it doesn't feel like it's just the back page either. So we've done about 15 seconds now. We have another 15 seconds to wait, but you might be able to see some shine on that ink as it dries. But I would say that it is possibly not left-hander friendly. So if you are one of our left-hand fam, there we go, 30 seconds is up, and it still smudges. Smudge. So yeah, if you're left-handed, then maybe this is probably not the journal for you, even though it's beautiful. Again, it really depends on what you're doing and whether it really bothers you. If you are very careful in the way that you write, yeah, it might not be so bad. But flipping on over, so we've had a look at those. I actually want to test these other ones because they've been here for ages, right? Yeah, it is certainly not left-handed friendly. You can see all of those smudged, right? Requiescat and Pace, left-handed persons. You're probably not going to have a great time with this one. But flipping on over, okay, so the Sharpie didn't bleed. So there's at least that. That's interesting, considering this is only 140 GSM, but that probably comes from the fact that the paper is coated. So we do have some ghosting from those pens. Like, you can see that there's something written on the other side. Maybe not so much on camera, but in person, I can certainly see it. But there isn't any bleed through from any of those. So where it says that, I think it said it was bleed proof. I think it said it was bleed proof. I'm going to go back and have a look. Let's see. Yep, no bleed through, but it says no bleed through or ghosting. I'm like, I distinctly see a ghost. It's fine, but I see it. But no, there was no bleed through. So, you know, we'll take that with that as it will. Yeah, 30 seconds always feels like a lifetime. I know, right? So, in terms of the actual pen testing kind of thing, if you're looking to avoid the ghosting and bleeding, then not too bad of a choice. Love that. If you're more inclined to smudge things, maybe if you're left-handed or if you're just impatient like me, hello, yes, then it's probably not going to quite work out in your favor. But in terms of aesthetics, it is a very pretty notebook. Now, I did mention that this one is as part of a giveaway. You don't have to have a purple one. I just went with purple because I love purple. But 2 lucky winners over on Instagram are going to receive one of these notebooks in the color of their choice. All you have to do is, 1, jump over to Instagram, and 2, make sure that you're following both myself and Typhosi, I think is I need to go and check to make sure that I haven't cocked up their Instagram handle. Otherwise, that'd be really awkward. I think that it's right. Let's see. That's, yeah, Typhosi, Stationery. They didn't specify. We should probably fix that. But anywho. So jump over there, give us both a follow, and you need to comment on the post to say which color that you would want. Okay? So just in case you were wondering, it's the post right here that has the butterfly notebooks. Yeah? So jump on over to that one and make sure that you follow the instructions that are there. Nice and easy. Cool. So that is that item, but we also had more in the box. So we're going to have a look at the other stuff that was in the box before we continue on. All right? So put these 2 to the side. Gorgeous, beautiful, love it. We also had some stickers. Alrighty, let's see. Open these guys up and try to not ASMR you too much. Okay. There we go. Oh, so pretty. So I am a sticker dragon. I hoard the stickers, but I don't use the stickers often. But these ones have that kind of, like some of them have the kind of chunky glitter type thing looking like they're going on, and then some of them are just the kind of holographic edging, outlining, but they are very pretty. Look at that down in the corner. You see that shine? Shiny. Now, are there enough stickers to make a full cohesive theme? Possibly. They're all kind of like smaller pieces, so if I was doing sticker work, I would probably be doing like maybe an individual weekly for it. It's a cute pack though. I'd probably have to find a couple of other bits to go with it so that I had enough to kind of build out a full theme, but that's because I like to carry my themes across an entire like month rather than just an individual kind of week. But yes, beautifully shiny. Very much indeed my kind of thing with the holographicness. I think that the color palette on them is very pretty too, but maybe not necessarily the thing that I would typically gravitate towards, because I usually like to have quite a few more that I can play with across the entire of a month. But they are very nice. We'll put those back into their packet so that they are safe. Gorgeous. I don't know where the packet went for them, so we'll just put you to the side, my friend. And then we had this little box of bits. Now, I was not expecting this. I mean, I wasn't expecting the stickers either, but we'll open this up and it looks like it's a bunch of different little washi tapes, which is quite cute. I have a box similar to this one, just as a side note, which is this guy here. This is from a different brand though. This one's, I think, from Journal Say, I want to say, possibly, which is a similar idea where you've got like all of the tapes that are all kind of in a cohesive theme together. I used a lot of these in my reading journal. So having a look at the one that we actually just received though, probably for the best. So this guy here, we'll just tip them out. Okay, actually I'm going to give it a sniff. Only because I know that when I opened the last one, they smelt really strongly of it as like an adhesive smell. These ones, I'm just gonna give them another sniff. They don't have the same issue, which is nice. They don't have that very kind of aggressive, like punch you in the nose kind of scent to them, which is good because that kind of put me off using the other ones. But these ones are actually okay. So in terms of how much washi you actually get on the roll, it's about yay much. I'm not going to pull it all out to show you, but you can kind of see it. So we've got some strips of regular kind of just colour, and we've got a couple of different variations on those. Let's see. I'm trying to look through them because I didn't necessarily look through them all before we got them out of the box. So we've got a green and a purple kind of colour strip, and then a little kind of like beige kind of color, and then a kind of subdued red, which are kind of cute. They're in different sizes. So we've got the regular 1.5 centimeters for these guys, thank you, and then a 1 centimeter for these guys. So that's quite nice. Put those back into the box. We also have some other kind of like painting strip type looking ones, but this one's more like a Patches O'Houlihan kind of painting. We'll pull it out a little bit so we can kind of see it. Scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. So this one's kind of like little painted blocks and pieces. You can kind of see that, which is kind of nice actually. I think it's a quite nice neutral type tape, and I would probably put it on like a page border or something like that. So that's kind of cute. Alright, we'll put that one back into the box. I don't have this one linked in the description box, only because I was not expecting to get it. I didn't look in the box before I started, so if I can find it, I will link you to it, but yeah. Another one that's kind of like fairly neutral. Looks kind of like an aged wall, which is nice. Put that one to the side. And then we have the ones that have patterned stuff on them. So we have 3 small patterns. Haha, Jess can't count. That's distinctly 4. But we've got a kind of small gingham green and peachy kind of gingham-esque kind of thing. We've got some little crosses and then some little diamonds, which are kind of pretty, in a variety of colours. Put those into the box too. We've got a kind of like squiggle and loop type pattern going on here, which again I think would be just nice for, you know, borders and that kind of stuff. Just like masking the side of a page or whatever else. It's kind of nice. And so they're all kind of very neutral type colors, which is not usually my first instinct when it comes to washi tape. Usually I like things that have a little bit more like bam to them. But if you're building out a neutral palette and you just want some kind of elements to go in the background, it's not too bad at all. This one is a simple grid, but it has a white line running through the top of it. So I would probably be inclined to cut the white line off and just use the grid. I prefer my grids to just be all uniform, but it is a nice kind of like subdued pink color, which I feel like is a little bit more saturated in real life than it is on camera, but only a little bit. So I like neutral grids. Neutral grids are one of my like go-to neutral tapes, which is problematic because it means that in terms of neutral tapes, if I ever need them, I pretty much only have script and grids. That's it. So talking about script, we have a script one here. So this is a script one that you would probably run vertically because the text goes in this direction. The thing with scripts is to always watch out for, you know, are there anything in here that would be a little bit not so great to put in your journal. Sometimes people get caught out by that. I think that this is like a pound of butter, sugar, it says siphon. I think that this is like a recipe book type deal. It's baked, yeah. So you're probably okay with this one. It's a very pretty script. I personally prefer the scripts where it's so, like, it's hard to describe, but it's so scripty that you can't really see what's written on it. Like, you can see that there are letter forms, but you can't necessarily make out what the letters actually are properly, but they don't look like scribbles. Those are my favorite kind of script ones. We've got one that's kind of eclectic in terms of little timepieces and butterflies and wings and whatever else, that kind of vibe. A little bit of florals in there, and there's an argyle pattern in the back, that kind of like diamond looking shape. So put that away. And another little kind of scripty piece. This one is one that's a little bit harder to read because it's not uniform scripting. It's kind of just like phasing in and out with some pieces of script, some pieces of just like background kind of stuff. And it's got like little kind of very faint patterns of doilies in the back. So a little bit of lace work, a little bit of, I think it looks French, the parts that I can kind of see. But yeah, it's not too bad. I wish that it had a picture on the back that just showed us what the tapes were, because then I wouldn't have to pull them all out to show you. Another nice neutral one. I need to do a de-stash of my washi tapes, or at least find some better storage for it, because the last set of tapes that I got are currently sitting in one of the large boxes that I mentioned before. They're all just kind of chucked in there because I didn't have any room in the drawer, and then I have ones that are just sitting on top of the set of drawers rather than in the drawers because I could not fit them into the drawers. This one is again French, and we've got a little bit of script, some little like rabbits looking thing, little stamping kind of bits. So again, those kind of like neutral tones, which I'm quite partial to a neutral theme. I'm just not very good at doing them myself. And then if we pull these guys out, we're just going to lay them down so you can kind of see what they look like. And that one, which is kind of like collagey with little pieces of paper and such. And this guy here, which is again very collagey. Let's see if I can bring you in a little bit so you can kind of see it. Obviously it gets a little darker when you zoom in, but that's the kind of stuff that we've got. So very much like pieces of paper overlaid on each other, little bits and pieces. And the nice part is it kind of looks like it's got some like three-dimensionality to it because of the kind of shadowing that they've used. Like it looks like it's been kind of taken as a picture, which is kind of cute. So if you're like into the aesthetic of collaging but not so much the actual putting things onto it yourself, yeah, not too bad at all. So we'll put those guys back into their little box so that then they can be put away. I just need to figure out how to fit them in the little box because I have not put them back in the same places that they were in before. Yeah, you got some vintage stickers from Journal Say that you realize has swastikas and German national anthem. Yeah, I don't know what the German national anthem is, so I'm not necessarily opposed to that in general, but in terms of like other kind of Nazi paraphernalia is not really my vibe for my journal, to be completely honest with you. Let's see. This is not in the box properly. Can one of you guys come out here and get put over there? Because it was pretty tight before when we had it in the box, right? Like, things were sitting in pretty snugly. Snugly. There we go. Haha, I'm a wizard! Yay! So, okay, maybe not so much a wizard. She can't get it back into here. Is it because she's putting it the wrong way? Yes. Shh, don't tell her. Don't tell her that she was doing it wrong. But yes, so as said, if you wanted to get yourself something from Typhosi, you can use code JashiiCorrin10, 10% off. We love savings. And if you wanted to enter that giveaway to get yourself one of those moon butterfly journals, very pretty, maybe not great for our left-handed friends, but if you wanted to grab yourself one, then jump over to Instagram and you can enter the giveaway over there. Yay for giveaways! Huzzah! Alrighty, so let's see. Ooh, how sticky are they? Were they easy to remove if you mess up? They were easy to remove off the table at the very least. I have found with this previous set that is essentially the same kind of one, that one was fine to pull up. It's just, you know, it depends on what kind of paper you're using. I find that, like, if you're using washi tape on blackout paper, for instance, tink, then I always do have some trouble because the blackout paper has a tendency to come with the washi tape, which isn't so great. Drink time. So, let's go have a look. What do we do next? I can't remember what I listed next in the description box, so we're just going to pick one. We're going to go with Stationery Pal. So Stationery Pal very kindly offered to send me some stuff, as per everybody else who has kindly offered to send me some stuff. And they sent me a Ginormator box, and it's one of those things that I actually know what's in the box. Which is always kind of nice. I'm not very good with surprises, to be honest. Like, sometimes I'm good with surprises, but most of the time I'm not. So they reached out and they said, hey, we want to send you some stuff. If we give you like a voucher or some description, then, you know, you can go and do a little shop at our store kind of a thing. You tell us what you want, we'll send you some stuff. So that's what we've done. And they've sent me this giant box over. So if we open this up carefully... which is very tricky to do without hitting the camera. I'm sorry. Okay, we're good. Whew. So, first of all, I will say, I always love their bubble wrap because it's actually little hearts, which might be hard to tell, but they're all little purple hearts, so that's very cute. We've got a little sticker securing it, so let's... I don't want to rip the bear's face in half, but like... Okay. Oh god, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, little bear! I kind of tried. Not really. Okay, we need to try and get this out without making a complete and utter mess of everything, which means that I might want to, sorry about the ASMR, might want to bring the bin a little bit closer to where I'm sitting, because we have confetti, because it's a party, yay! But I don't need that all over my office, because it already looks like I live in a barn because of the last one being kind of hay-coloured, so yeah, we'll just... gently bring this to the recycling. Except for you, you're not recycling, get out. But you guys are, you're recycling. Alrighty, we have a little card that says, like, you know, thank you for being here. Thank you for being the best partner in the world. You're welcome. I tried. So that's very sweet. And we can put this, we don't want to chuck out things that aren't recycling. Oh no! Have a hoppy come back. I'm sorry. You stay there. This is the thing, they put other nice little bonus bits into your box and you don't want to throw that out with the paper, so you have to be careful. Oh dear. Oh no, everything's falling out. No! Get in the box! Alright, not that guy, he's not recycling, but he is now on the floor, so I guess that's a safe place for him. That looks like a good start. So what we're going to try and do here is get everything out of the box, so that then I can sort through it. So we're just going to kind of gently put things to the side. You know, you think that maybe Jess could have just like unboxed the box before the stream and then just brought the box on to be like, hey, here's the box that it came in, like super pretty aesthetic, and now we're gonna just like, you know, through the magic of editing or whatever, now it's just out of the box. No, I didn't do that. I decided to deal with it like a real adult. This is a gangster. Little gangster ducky. Anyways, distracted. Yeah, didn't get anything out of the box. Just decided I would do it on camera with you, and now everything is a mess. So, it's fine. We're just living our best unboxing lives. I'm trying to get all of this out of here in a safe manner. Ooh. What's this bag? I don't remember ordering a bag, so that's kind of exciting. Oh, shrapnel. I love the little word you say when you're struggling with things. Yeah, I don't think I know how to pronounce the word you're saying, but I'm sure it'll come to me when I have to inevitably say it again, because I foresee more struggles for me. So, now as there is confetti all over my desk, and we have that out of the way, and we just hope and pray that there's nothing left in the box. Come here, rubbish. Get out. Get off the desk. So you can kind of already see the stuff that we got. Some very exciting items. She says that she, again, flounders confetti all over her desk. So we've got some click art pens, which is exciting. So we've got 2 different colors of those, and we've got some washi tapes. We've got the obligatory neutral grids that we were talking about, and we've also got this one, which is a world map washi, which I really like. I've used this one in my reading journal, and I've just got another one because I liked it so much. We have every size of micron pen because I love them, and I like to have some options to make my choices with. So, see, we've got a bunch of them here. This guy's just, not playing the game right now. So, a bunch of different sizes here, so that I have all of the options when it comes to my line work, which is quite nice. I got 2 of the 08 because I usually use that one for ruling boxes, and I like to be able to have thicker lines, and after a while they get blunted, so I needed a new one. Did I leave one in the box? Oh no, really? Oh yeah. At least you were paying attention. There we go. This guy as well. Don't forget him. Good job, cheeky friend. Yeah. So all of them. They're okay. And then I got myself 2 Tombow Fudenosuke hard tip brush pens because I really like these for drawing, weirdly enough. I find that having the kind of varied line thickness just makes for a more enjoyable drawing experience. I also got the Jetstream Edge. It's a uni ball pen, or what used to be called Uniball, but is now just called Uni, because I haven't had a Jetstream pen before, so I thought I'd try that out. I also got a little cable management thing. I don't know, it's not a dongle. It's like a little cable organizer. I'll just take it out of the bag so I can show you. But it's got these kind of rivets that you can put the cables in, and then it's a little bit flexible on top here, so that then you can feed the cables in and then have them stuck to your desk. So on the bottom is a little adhesive pad. So you pull that off, you stick it to your desk, like on the edge, then you can feed the cables through, and then they won't fall off the edge of your desk, which is kind of nice. So I thought that I might use this actually at my bedside table, because right now, for my charger cables, I have one that's just sitting on the floor, just floundering, being, I don't know, a nuisance. Every time I get out of bed, I step on it. It's a problem. And then the other one is a super, super long cable. So I fed it over the back of my bed frame, so it just like hangs down beside my face. And that's like not a good solution, honestly. So I thought that the cable organizer would be a really good idea. I just like stick it to the side of my, probably not the top, but the side of my bedside table, and then feed the cables up through them. Let's see, do I have a cable handy? Of course I don't have a cable handy. That would be way too practical. But hopefully you can kind of understand what I mean. There we go, here's a cable. So you just like push the cable through there, and then it holds it in place and it can't fall through because the end of the cable is fat. We'll just put that back there. This cable has been sitting here for ages because when I first set up my filming setup, with you guys up here, I thought that I needed that one, so I went and bought like a 3-pack of it, and then once I plugged it in, it turns out I didn't need it at all. Sad face. So along with those, another thing I got was this pack here, which is like the Natural Plant Scrapbooking Paper Pack or something like that. This is another one that I actually already have, and I really liked it. I used this in my reading journal. So these two both got used in my reading journal. I'll just grab it so I can show you. So these ones I used for headers on the different pages. So these little kind of ticket items here, I just trimmed down the sides of them and then wrote my headers on top. And then this guy here, I used it for just some decoration kind of stuff on some of the pages. So in the back of this one here, that washi tape that you've got in the corner beneath the I don't know, other paper pieces, that tape there is this world map tape. And I think I used it on a couple other ones. Yeah, you can see like it's got the little coastline and stuff. It's a nice one. So this part is the Stationery Pal haul, yeah? So, again, all of the things should be linked in the description box. And if you wanted to grab yourself something from Stationery Pal, I do also have a code, which is JashiiCorrin. And this is actually a really good time to mention that because it is November, Stationery Pal is having a sale at the moment, or I think it's for the majority of November. And they've got 2 different codes you can use. So you can use mine if you want to. Like, you don't have to, but if you want to, yay savings. But the other code that you can use is Space50. And they have a bunch of different items that are 50% off. And you can also stack those codes for maximum savings. So chuck in space 50. Anything that's eligible will be 50% off. We love that. And then you can chuck on code JashiiCorrin on top of that and get an additional 18% off. Again, I'm not trying to enable you. I'm just saying that there's a sale on and we love savings. So if you were thinking about getting something anyway, not a bad time to do it. Yeah. So, love my pens. I actually have a little like pen drawer here that just holds all of my regular use ones. So all of my microns sit in here, and also my, 0.38 Muji pen. So these guys are all going to go in here for safekeeping. They're my new beautiful non-blunted microns, which I'm very excited about. It is always so satisfying using a brand new fine liner because the nib hasn't been munted yet. It hasn't been deformed. And same idea with the Tombow Fudenosuke's, because after a while the brush tip on it starts to get worn down a little bit, starts to get a little bit rounded, which is fine, you know, it happens. But because I have been using them more frequently recently, I was like, yeah, we're gonna get 2 more. That sounds great. The other item I also got as part of what I requested from them was this guy here, which is a label maker that you like punch the letters through. I haven't tried one before, but I really like the look of them because it has black, I don't know if you can tell, black sticker paper here, and then you push it through and then like clamp down and it'll punch the letter onto here in white. I really like the way it looks. Yes, munted. I don't know if people use munted in other kind of countries, but here munted means like messed up effectively. So if you like are driving around and you see a car that's been munted, it's a car that has like dings and dents in it and stuff like that. Yeah. Or if it's me and, you know, you order a beautiful stationery boxed item and the box comes and it looks like it's been punched in the face, then we would say that the box is munted. That kind of a thing. Yeah. Alrighty. So, what else did we say? Yes, this guy here, label maker, which I'm interested to try out because I haven't used one like this before. Punch, punch, punch. So, then what the Stationery Pal does is typically, along with the other stuff that they send me, you know, the stuff that I actually requested, they send me other little bits and pieces. So we'll have a look at our other little bits and pieces because, you know, it's nice to look at those too. We'll just chuck this guy to the side here so we can have a look. So one of them was Gangster Duck, alrighty, with his little gangster bandana. He's, you know, the leader of the block. He's orange, which is kind of cute. I'm not going to squeeze him because in one of my videos, I had a couple of people, like, not yell, because you can't really yell on the internet unless you're actually on chat, but they yelled at me through the comments saying, "You're so inconsiderate, you didn't think about my poor ears, I'm unsubscribing from you." So just in case any of you were considering unsubscribing, I'm not going to squeeze the little duck. But just know that the little duck does squeak when you squeeze him. Maybe I'll go stand in the other room and squeeze him. I'll be right back, just in case, you know, I don't want to hurt your ears. I also don't want to trip over any of my stationery items. So, I hope I'm far enough away that this isn't offensive to you. Squeak, squeak. And now I'm back, alright? It's alright. I hope that everybody has survived. Not unsubscribing. Thank you, Anita. I appreciate that. So, little gangster duck, he's going to go into my bathroom and go and chill with the other ducks because that's where I keep my little ducks. We also have little obligatory bear because we always get a little bear from Stationery Pal. This guy is a different bear to usual though. He has a little hanging thing. He has a very large head. And we've also got a little beanie for him, but the beanie doesn't necessarily stay on. I don't know, I think I have to like probably pin it to his head, which doesn't seem very friendly. But he does have a little beanie, and he's quite cute. I don't need him, so he will probably go away. We also have 2 other little plush things. So we have one that I thought was a frog at first, because it kind of looks like a frog from the back, but then you flip it over and it's actually a bear. It has a little bear face on it. So a little bear squish. You're so offended that you didn't get to see the duck squeak. Admittedly, if I squeaked it here, it would probably be like super loud. And then we have the little kind of, I don't know, smartsy bear. I don't know. Is it just me, or anytime I see a cartoon character with glasses, I'm like, oh yeah, they're smart. Like, It's just one of those things that my mind instantly jumps to, like, yes, that's the vibe. So we've got little bear pillows for the other bear. It's actually a pillow for him. Good night bear. But again, things that I don't necessarily need, so that can go into that pile. We have a little clip, which is Kuromi, little clip, which I probably also don't need because I don't use little clips, but we'll put that here. It's kind of cute. Yeah, little nerd bear. It's cute. Little nerd bear. And we have two different, what are these called? Keychains. So one's a keychain with a little bunny eating a hamburger. That one probably isn't quite my aesthetic, so I'll put that one to the side. But I did actually use the last keychain that I had, which was a little spaceman. I didn't think I was going to, but I ended up getting a set of keys that I needed to have a keychain for. So I'm going to keep this one, because it can be like a matching keychain to my other one. So, you can stay. And they also gave me a airbag cell phone bracket, which I'm pretty sure is a pop socket, but it is a little flower pop socket. So it's got the adhesive on the back. See, the thing is that I don't use a phone case. Ooh, somebody asked to join the community. Okay, we'll put that away. This is my phone, which you can see a beautiful scratch in the side of it here, possibly. Whoops. But I don't actually use a phone case, so I always feel a little apprehensive of taking an adhesive to the back of my case, it's not a case, back of my phone directly, so I probably won't use that. So that one can go into this bucket here. Yes, it's a bucket now. This is a bucket. So we'll put those to the side. Those are very nice little pieces. I always appreciate the little bonus extras, like my little gangster duck, very cute, and my little keychain. So these guys, we're going to keep them. The other ones can probably get donated. So, stuff. We don't really need to see the microns swatched because they are just black pens. You can put those to the side. And we have already seen a Tombow Fudenosuke be swatched today. I would like to jump in and have a look at this pen though, because this is kind of interesting. Hey Bogle, what's up?
Hello. I just wanted to check when your live stream finishes so I could do some vacuuming after.
I don't know guys, how long are we going to be? Well, okay, whoops. There's an entire bag here from Stationery Pal that I forgot we had in this box.
So a while.
A while, yeah.
Maybe I'll vacuum after lunch.
Before we open this pen, we're going to look at the bag because I just did not remember that bag was actually in there. So we have an entire bag of stuff that was in this box, which I just put to the side because I was like, oh yep, we've got the bag, and then we'll just like go and jump in and have a look at the other items. So this tote is a zip-up bag, which is kind of nice. It's nice to have a tote with a zip-up. And it's got, okay, a bunch of stuff. Oh, I got is this a stapler? No, it's a crimper. A page crimper? Oh, it's like a stapler without staples. Oh, that's nifty. I don't read Japanese, but I'm sure I can follow the pictures. Put the paper in the thing, press, and it'll crimp it. I think that's about it. Yeah, it's like a stapler with no staples, and then it's fully recyclable. That's very cool. Alrighty. Yeah, like how long is a piece of string? It's not a great question. Like how long are you going to be on your stream? I don't know. Let's see. We've also got this, is it a scarf? It kind of looks like a scarf. It kind of comes in a little bag. It's got a little Stationery Pal logo on it. Ooh, soft. Ooh, soft. It looks like a scarf. It's got like fluffy tendrils on the end of it. What are these called? A fringe? So, we've got a scarf, it seems, which is kind of nice. It's super soft, guys. Like, Google Lens can help, but the translations aren't perfect. Yeah, I think I kind of got it. But we have a scarf here, which is kind of hard to show you on camera, but it does have the little Stationery Pal kind of embroidered logo on the end of it, which is a curious addition, but it is quite nice. It's nice fabric. It feels soft. It smells good. I don't really wear beige, but it is nice. So we'll put that to the side now as I've got little bits of fluff on me. Just a little bit of fluff. Not a lot of fluff. Other stuff that is in here, we also have a pencil case! I love pencil cases! I didn't order this, and that's why it's even more exciting. Monica keeps saying I'm not allowed to buy new pencil cases, so this is very, like, part of the vibe. Ooh, it's soft, and it's squishy, and I love it! So it does have a little tail, which is an interesting addition to it, but it's a very pretty blue and very soft, which I love. I love pencil cases. So if we open this guy up, it opens up the full way, and it's like cushioned. That's very curious. It's like, it opens up the whole way. And it's got beads in it, like the beads that suck up moisture. But we're going to chuck that out. We don't need this part. But this is like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a flat lay pencil tray almost, because the edges are kind of a little bit heightened. But then you zip it up and it's like a little pouch. Where are my microns? Put all the microns in here. So they fit the microns. That is about how long they are. And then we can zip it up on the side. She says as she struggles. And then we take it around, nice cushioning so that then it's okay. And then when we unzip it, we have like a little like station to work at. Again, you probably would do it with less just stuff in front of you so that you're not going to just like flounce your pens all over the place. It will not fit a Tombow. That is usually my metric of success for most things. I do not believe it'll fit this Tombow in it because it'll go all the way to the zipping and it won't stay within the cushioned edge here. You can kind of see that it would be just a little bit too long. If I try and zip it up, with great difficulty because it hasn't been trained yet. Like, you can get it in there, but the pencil case doesn't like it. You can see that it's struggled through it. It's very bulbous in that point because it doesn't really work. So, we'll put that away. Yeah, so you can kind of see everything all at once. It just kind of like flat lays all of your stuff. I think that it needs some using because the cushioning in it is very, I don't know, expanded at the moment. And I feel like it needs to be kind of pushed down. Like it needs to actually hold stuff and kind of be worked in. But I like the idea of it. It's kind of nifty. I'm actually going to keep the microns in here. I'm going to put the Tombow back though because that belongs somewhere else. There we go. So the microns can stay in here for now. We will zip that up with the little struggles. So they are all safe. I like the color. I think it was a good choice on their part. Like, it's like a subdued soft blue. It is super soft. Very nice. I'm very worried about getting it dirty. What else do we have in here? We have, let's see, Japanese Stationery Wonders, recommended by Stationery Pal. So these are just like little ideas for things that they think that you could get, which is quite cute. Like perfect for science, creative dual function, an eraser, the Sakura mixed line highlighter, which has like different colors on either end, which is kind of interesting. Alrighty, so this is like one of those little kind of loops that you kind of put little cards on and stuff, and it's got like some little recommendations of stuff that you could get from them. So Sunstar mechanical metal pencil, metal pencil. Oh yeah, metal pencil, Metasil. Alright. And the stapler, which is the one that we've got here, so that's kind of cool. And oh, it tells me what's in it. That's spoilers. Okay. The soft pillow pencil case, which is quite cool, and then some other bits and pieces. All right, this is a spoiler. My bad. I did not cotton on to that fact. So having a look at our other spoilers, we've got that mixed line that we were talking about before. So it has a, oh, that's a very, can you guys see that nib? It's really hard to see, but there's like a little thing underneath it. We're gonna have to swatch that. Also, yay, new member! Welcome to the team with a capital T, even though I'm pretty sure that you possibly already were a member and it just has told me that you're new, but maybe it's a different thing. I apologize, because it doesn't give me enough information from my end. Is the pencil case reversible? I would say, let's see. Let's check the card. Let's check the card. Alrighty. Soft pillow pencil case. Provides a cozy in-bed feeling, even during work or study sessions, for your pens. I don't think I can fit in there. Opens at a full 180 degrees for easy access and organization. Offers ample space while maintaining a compact and practical size. Interesting. So it doesn't say anything about being reversible. I would probably hazard a guess to say no, because the zip isn't really zippable. It's not the same type of zip on the other side. So probably not. And the zip itself doesn't loop around. So I'm going to go with not reversible. I need a paper. I'm going to grab everything out of this bag. I'm going to show you the bag, and then I'm going to put the bag to the side. So all of the stuff goes here. So inside the bag, we do have a pocket. You can see this pocket here. So you can store stuff inside of it. Ta-da! And we've got Stationery Pal on the front. With just some cute little bits and pieces. It's a nice little tote. Will I use it? I'm not too sure. I don't typically use totes often, but I do like the fact that it has a zip and it has an internal pocket. I think that that's a good design. And it does, yeah, it feels sturdy. It's a good kind of quality material, I reckon. So it is very cute. Let's put that to the side. So I wanted to give you a swatch with this because I think it's quite nifty, which means we will need a piece of paper, which I can find in this drawer if I struggle through it. Also, I feel like we haven't had a drink break in a while, and tink, drinks are important. Okay, so we draw this one. You can see it underlines while it highlights. No, come through. Look at that. Isn't that so cool? I think it's very cool. We should try the crimper. Is that the question? I feel like I've missed something because I'm just too kind of thing. You want to see how the crumpet works? Yes. And I know that you didn't mean crumpet, but now I'm hungry. We'll chuck these guys through the crimper and we'll see if it works, which probably does. But also be aware that this is going to be my first time using the crimper, so if it doesn't work, there is a non-zero chance that it is user error. This guy is very cool. I've never seen one of these before. So this is a, Sakura mix line. So highlighter with underline. And then you've also got a pen on the other end, which I believe is the same color. Yeah. Pretty much the same color as that underliner too. Smiley face. So, 3-in-1. Let's see. Woo, woo. So you can just highlight if you're careful. And then you can highlight and underline, which is just so nifty. Woo! It's a very peculiar product, right? Like, it's pretty neat though. I don't do a lot of highlighting myself, so I don't think I would need a full set. And if I started even thinking about a full set, I would go ham and get absolutely everything. So I'm trying to avoid the idea of that, but I think it's pretty cool. So, try and open this safely, please. Ouch, ouch. We're good. This is very weighty. I will put that out there, which makes sense because if you're trying to like crimp something, you probably want it to have a bit of oomph to it. Now, I'm just trying to see how this actually works from my side so I can kind of hopefully do this correctly. That looks like a crimp. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to shove some paper through the side. As you can see, like this is like a magic trick, right? I've got stuff all around me. I apologize for the non-aesthetics of this, but we have 3 separate pieces of paper, no staples, and we'll shove them into the tiny crimper. This way, that way, like that. I'm going to shove it this way. And then, is that crimped enough? Alrighty, it has crimped it like this. Yeah, and then... They're stuck together! No staples! I assume that I could actually pull them apart, possibly, but they feel very, like, as long as you're not being an egg about it, like, they do feel like they're actually pretty solidly stuck together. Shake, shake, shake. We're doing the shake test. Yep, that's secure. And then if you want to actually pull them apart, you kind of end up like ripping it like you would with a regular staple, but that's pretty cool. So I would probably stick it in the side like that, maybe, I guess, and then press down. It doesn't have, you know when you use a stapler and you can hear the ka-ching kind of thing because the staple actually gets punched through the paper, you don't really have that with this, so it's kind of just like a compressions, don't die on me kind of a thing, and then pull it out. You can see, obviously, user error. I've got this on the side of the page, but it is pretty impressive that it keeps it stuck together as well as it is, considering there is no staples. I just pulled the other one apart so I could test this one. So that's quite nifty. I don't often have a lot of use to staple things together, but I think that given the fact that you don't need to use actual staples with this, it's quite nice that you don't have that kind of waste, I suppose. And then you also don't have to try and remove the staples before you put this into your paper recycling, because it's just paper. And then rip them apart. So that's quite nifty. I quite like that. That is a good bonus. Thank you, Stationery Pal. So, very weighty. Very impressed with you. So we can put those things to the side. Make sure that we put the recycling in the recycling. Now, other bits and pieces that we were told that we have. Where's my little Rolodex? And it's not a Rolodex, but yeah, you have a stapler removal thingy. But yeah, this is like so cool because you don't have to remove any staples. You can just pull the sheets off, but they're secure enough that they don't come apart. I don't know how many sheets it can actually fit through it, because obviously like the feed here is a fair bit smaller. Like, can you kind of see? You probably can't. Like, when I press it down, the kind of two little plates at the back feed onto each other so that they can kind of like crunch them together. But I think that if you're doing like stapling of quite a few documents or like quite a few sheets together, a regular stapler is probably better. But for only a few sheets, that's actually very decent. So the next thing it says on here, and by that I mean the first thing, it is transparent sticky notes, game changer in note-taking. So what it tells us is that they are next generation design, works seamlessly, even with water-based markers. We will test that. Perfect for science, so ideal for tracing biology diagrams and illustrations, and creative dual function, so doubles as a unique coaster. Coaster? For an added utility. Interesting. Alrighty. Let's have a look. So that is these guys, which they are quite shiny, which I mean is probably hard to tell because it's literally in a shiny piece of plastic. We'll take it out of the packet. We'll put that to the side. But you can hopefully kind of see that it is, I mean, actually I don't really think you can. Let's see if I can get it in the right, nah. Maybe can you like gently just tell that it has some shininess to it? Oh, there you go. Maybe if I put my finger here, you can kind of see because it actually has something to be different to. But transparent sticky notes, and it says that they're going to work well with water-based markers. So we're going to try one of these. It is a very fine. It feels really weird. It feels really weird. Like, not in a bad way, but it's not what I'm used to. So we'll pull one of these out because it's a sticky note. It does have an adhesive on the back, which I don't know if you can really. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. You can see the change, the line. So we'll shove that on top of here. So, is it perfectly transparent? It looks like it, but no, it's not. Not perfectly transparent. You can kind of see from this angle where it is, where it hits the light a little bit different. It doesn't feel like a vellum. It's got a kind of slightly rough texture. And I think that's probably so that you could, in theory, use water-based markers over the top of it. So we're going to try this guy out. So this is what this guy looks like on just regular paper. And then I'm going to zoom you in. Apologies. I feel like you're really far away. Alrighty, just a little bit. So that's it on regular paper, and this is it on the transparent sticky note. So smudging. No smudging. I mean, it like picked up a little bit on my hand, but it is still distinctly there, which I find a lot of the time when you use those sticky notes that are more plasticky kind of feeling, it doesn't work. Like they're kind of too waterproof, and then the ink just kind of beads up and then smudges and stuff. But this one actually has done a fairly decent job. Like, it's not as opaque, I guess. Like, it's not as punchy as it is on the paper. Like, the paper has a lot more of the color to it, but it is distinctly there and it's not moving, which is quite cool. All right, so let's try this with a different type of pen. We did the Pilot G2 before, so let's see. Pilot G2 doesn't really want to write on it, not so much, and that's probably because it is like a slightly rough texture, whereas if we do it on here, Pilot G2, if we use the, where's my Inkjoy baby? Where are you, Inkjoy baby? So, Paper Mate Inkjoy, so it doesn't really seem to like that either. But both of those are rollable kind of pens. Like, they've got a ball in them that the ink comes through. Whereas if we go with something like the Pilot Sign, because I love the Pilot Sign. Pilot Sign pen. That one, just put this here, Pilot Sign. So you can see that that one does seem to sit on, does it? Oh, doesn't have good drying time for that one, but that one is quite an inky pen. So you can see that these guys kind of had a bit of a struggle with actually getting their ink out. Try a micron. Alrighty, we'll try a micron. And the Pilot Sign pen, like, it wrote on it, it did not dry in a very quick amount of time. Just like, yeah, whoops. But we'll chuck a micron on there too. On one of the older microns, not a new micron, because those ones are too precious. Too precious for this world. That one is a newer micron. We can't use you. I'm sorry. Sorry, child. Yep, you look good. Alrighty. So. Nope, that didn't want to work. Micron versus micron. I'm gonna go with a no for that one. At least that micron in particular didn't really want to play the game. So this guy just kind of beat it up on the surface, whereas that's what it looks like on regular paper. So, what pens would we use with this then? Let's see, this is the Papermate Liquid Flare. But that one doesn't really look right either, because that's what it's supposed to look like. Will we just use like a regular crappy... No, wait, you're the Jetstream, you're not the crappy one, sorry. That was very rude. This one, a regular crappy this guy. Okay, so this is a regular rollerball pen, and it doesn't really want to play the game either, because that's kind of how it's supposed to look. Like, you can see the difference there. What was the other one we said? Sharpie Right on Glass. Yep, that probably is a pen that would work on here. The Fudenosuke, I'm apprehensive about using it on here just because it is a textured surface, but Fude? So it does seem to work. I just don't think I would want... Well, I again just smudged it. Right on with... There we go. So, yeah. The dry time is a little bit longer. We do have that kind of irregular surface, which is why I think the water-based markers actually works on it. What I could kind of see it being used for is like book highlighting without actually highlighting the book. Like if you put the sticky note over the top of a passage that you wanted to highlight in a book, but you didn't actually want to highlight the book, you just highlight over the top with the water-based marker. Does that kind of make sense? You've only been able to make Sharpies work on yours. Alrighty, where's me Sharpie? So, Sharpie, and does it bleed through? I don't think so. Alrighty, the Sharpie does not bleed through to the other side, which is kind of cool. And it actually works in terms of, like, colour. Do you think we'll try it with a mild liner? The mild liners are in a little drawer here, so we'll try it with a punchy yellow mild liner. Ooh, beautiful. So yellow. I love that. So yeah, if you were going to try and highlight a book, but you didn't actually want to highlight the book, I think that'd be pretty cool. Did we try with a ballpoint pen? Yes, these two are ballpoint, and so is this one that says regular. Those ones are all ballpoint pens. But I think that, yeah, this one is really kind of designed to work best, I think, with water-based markers, more so than regular writing implements. Let's see if we can do the... It works with our little underliney pen, which I think we have two colors of. We have a... Oh no, this is a different one in particular. Okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second. I'm getting myself distracted. Yeah. It's me swatching every pen I own. Oh, no. That is not this stream. We will get to one of those streams, but it will not be this stream. But it's an interesting concept. I don't know how I'm going to use them, because I don't really do a lot of highlighting in books, because I read a lot of my things digitally. but it is kind of cute. I think that, honestly, what I would probably prefer to use it as is like, it looks like a frosted window. So I would probably use it in the sense of like making a Dutch door type thing, or like a cutout, and then putting this kind of like frosted look through it. So I'd probably use it more decoratively than I would use it functionally, if that makes sense. It is cute though. It's a cute idea. It's not necessarily for my uses, but it's a cute idea. And yeah, I am quite impressed that you can write on top of it with the Sharpie and it doesn't go through to the other side. That's pretty nifty. So we'll put that to the side. That one can go in the bin. And we can bring those over here. So the next item that it says, it is a seed clear eraser. Clear radar eraser. I have a problem with reading things and just like skipping words. My brother, this is a side note, you can put my distraction counter to 1. My brother's flat has a sign at the door, like the back door, that says, please do not slam the door. And every time I read it, I just read it as please slam the door. Like, I don't know why, but I'm just like, yeah, that seems legit. Anywho, flipping that over. So, remarkable transparency. Oh, got ink on me. Featuring a unique transparent design, allowing you to see beneath the eraser, which is kind of cool. So, precision erasing enables you to confidently remove intended marks without any unintended removal. That makes sense. That's actually probably why you would want a see-through eraser. And then a smart sleeve design, so notches in the sleeve reduce the risk of nicks and breaks, ensuring long-lasting durability. Alrighty, let's have a look at this guy. We've got this little eraser, but yeah, it's see-through. It's not one of those like white erasers that you'd typically get, which is kind of cool. So, where is the pull tab for this? Struggles. I found the sound that you were talking about before, the nyeh sound. It is the Jess is under the struggle bus sound. I have done a bad job of this, but this is kind of cute. So we'll put the plastics away. We don't want that. Yeah, taking one of those lace stickers and giving it backing and making it stand out a bit more. That's quite pretty. That's a pretty idea. I like that. So, yeah, it's an eraser, but it's like a clear plastic. So I don't know how much use I would have for actually being able to see the eraser, but... Well, see the eraser. I obviously want to see the eraser. I don't know how much use I would have for seeing through the eraser. Oftentimes when I'm doing pencil erasings, I'm erasing quite large areas because I've like penciled in an entire layout and I'm trying to get rid of stuff. But I can understand how if you're into precision erasing and you just want to do specific things, it wouldn't be so bad. I would say that it is possibly not see-through enough to really make that something that could actually be done. But it's not bad. We need to get some pencil onto a page and actually do some erasing with this dough to see if it works. So we'll just put in pencil. Okay, so we've got the little pencil marks there, so we can have a look. And then if we want to precision erase the L, bam, and the L is gone. So it doesn't necessarily not work. I just don't think that I would necessarily be the target audience for needing to erase things that are very specific, right? So we'll just erase this guy. Does it work well? Because now's the pencil sat here for a while. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, I don't think it's anything to write home about, but I'm not going to say no to another eraser because, you know, we use them up fairly quick. It's like, I like colored pencils for adding color, and precision is great. Alrighty, let's see. Because I find that erasers with color pencils always do worse. Where are my colored pencils? That is a great question. I don't actually know where I keep them anymore. Prismacolor? That's a colored pencil, right? Alrighty, so we'll do some... We'll do like a bit of a build-up of color on this side. And a bit more build-up of color on this side. And then some very light pencil over here. So that we have a comparison point. Alrighty, so we've got the light, the medium, and the less medium. I don't use pencils very often, so... Can we erase the colored pencil? Alrighty, so this is where we're at the moment. Taking in our little clear radar seed eraser. We're just going to erase the whole thing, and then we're going to come back and have a look at how it went on all of them. I'm gonna go with this is going interestingly. So at this point I'm pressing quite hard, and I would be kind of worried about doing this amount of pressing on my journal. I am going to tap this to the side so that I can remove this eraser shrapnel so it doesn't get all over my desk. So, But I would say that with the colored pencil, like even this one over here, which is the kind of faint pencil, it's still there. Yeah? I think that in terms of a colored pencil, it doesn't really work so well, but for a grey lead, so that's the medium, that's the light, medium, and then dark. Alright. It feels like a no. Let's see. I'm just going to use the same side. And we'll get rid of these erasings in the bin rather than on my floor. So it worked a lot better on the grey lead. You can still see some of the darker section that we had before, but the rest of it seems to be pretty well removed. The coloured pencil, not so much. Yeah, exactly. With a regular eraser, you often find that it doesn't erase anyways. Like this is my regular eraser, and it's not taking off any more. But if we... I was just being so careful about the erasings, and then I was a menace. But it's also sat there for a while, so if we bring... That is not my pencils. Those are my dot markers. That's not going to work. This is why I need to do a big kind of rearrange and or destash. So if we do the same again, so we got the pale the whole way across, and then the medium, and then the darker. Okay. And we'll try my regular eraser. This is my tried and true one, which again I don't use a lot of colored pencils, so we'll try it. But I don't foresee good things. I'm gonna flip it around though, so it's a little easier. Yeah, so it smudges everything before it does anything. And if we apply a similar amount of pressure to before, yeah, nothing to write home about. We'll get rid of that. So this was the seed eraser, and this is my eraser. Fairly comparable, honestly. Like, they both kind of seem to work the same. Yeah. This is the Staedtler Mars eraser. I have used it since year 5, so it has been with me for many moons, and it has not yet run out, which is impressive considering how much erasing I do. But anywho. So, that was the Seed Radar eraser. We did the transparent sticky notes. We did the seed eraser. We did the Sakura mixed highlighter, which is just a super cool, interesting thing. And then after that, we have the Sunstar Ninnipi pen. Ninnipi? Ninnipi? I don't know if I'm saying that right. But it is a pen, and it has a line. Alright, so the colour that they have given me is yellow, and you can see from the nib, this again has the fine liner part and the highlighter part. So I guess the idea with this one is that you could just use a different portion depending on what you want to do, so you don't have to like change your pen. So you've got the highlighting, which is just, highlighter, and then you can flip it over and then write with the end. Yeah, so because they're on different angles, which you can kind of see here, it means that you don't use both of them at the same time, but you have the ability to use them each separately, which I think is pretty cool as well. So unlike this one, where it's highlighting and underlining at the same time, this one is kind of, I think, intended to be used separately. We didn't actually flip over the card and read it though, so we're going to check that because je ne sais pas. Alrighty, flipping it over, it says, seamlessly switch, between highlighting and note-taking without wasting time changing pens. I actually think that's a pretty cool idea, honestly. Like, it doesn't take a lot of time to switch your pens, but it is an inconvenience that doesn't necessarily have to happen if you have a pen like this. So, unique design. It's odd and one of a kind. Yep, so it's not just for show, it's designed to streamline your workflow. Love that. So, swap between the chisel and the fine liner. Can you tell that I need a drink? It's drink time, right? And it's coming in, and tink. There we go. Much better. When my voice goes all soft, it's usually because I have something stuck in my throat, which nobody really needed to know, but I thought I'd tell you anyway. So, we have our highlighteners. They're out of the way with our other little bits. The next thing that we have on our little card is the Sunstar Metasil. The metal pencil. The Metasil. Say goodbye to sharpening. So that's an interesting idea. Let's have a look. What does it reckon? According to the little card. So right up to 116 kilometers. It doesn't say 116. Right up to 16 kilometers without sharpening, thanks to its groundbreaking design. I love the idea of measuring the amount of writing you can do in a distance. It makes sense, but it's a funny way to think about it. So, okay, this is a side note. I think that it would be very curious to see how much distance I had written in my lifetime. Not that I'm going to go calculate that, but it's just a curious point. So, consistent hardness, fabulous. Offers the hardness of a 2H pencil for precise, uninterrupted writing. I think that 2H is a great hardness for a pencil, so I'm curious about this. Sleek metallic design, so features an aluminium octagonal barrel for a stylish and modern look. So, the thing that I always kind of not necessarily worry about per se, but am curious about when it comes to the barrel design of things is how comfortable it is in the hand, especially if it has flat edges. So I'm interested in the Metasil, which I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that, but I'm going to call it a Metasil. So we'll shove this one out of its packet. If we can get it out, it's very securely in there. Oh dear. Okay, we're gonna have to rip the packaging, which was not something I was wanting to do, but it is what's happening right now. Okay. So here's the Metasil, which is very curious to look at. So this, how do you not sharpen it? Is it just because is it just this part at the end? Does it move? I don't know. So the end is fully graphite, it seems. We'll just, I don't know. Let's see. I think I have to do this from the side. Yeah. Okay, so the end is fully graphite. It is hard, like it said. So it's going to leave not so much kind of graphite on the actual page, which is kind of nice for when you're trying to sketch things in and you want to be able to erase it. That's why I like a 2H pencil for that. The barrel does feel very nice, with the kind of metallic design. And although octagonal isn't necessarily my favorite shape, it's not offensive. So there's that. Alrighty, so this is the pencil, smiley face. It writes like a pencil would. Does it erase? Yes, it erases like you would hope a pencil would. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I'm curious to see how you would actually use it, because it says you don't sharpen it. So does that mean that all I get is this part here? But then what happens when I start to blunt it? What do I do with that? Do I just start writing this way up so that then it's actually got something to write with? I don't know if I would necessarily buy this for myself, but it's also one of those things that I'd probably have to try it out a little bit more to say whether I would recommend it per se. But it's curious. I'm interested in it. I don't think it's necessarily something I would have bought for myself though. So we'll put that guy to the side. Here's a pencil. He does pencil things. Good job, pencil. Now, other stuff. We tried our stapleless stapler, which was very cool. And we tried our soft pillow pencil case, which was pretty cool. And then we have the Campus Soft Ring Craft Paper Cover Notebook, which is A5 with a 5mm dot grid, or a 5mm grid. Okay, so that would be this one here, which is soft ring, which, yeah, those are soft rings. They are very pliable. I don't know if you can really see how pliable they are. See that pliability? Very curious. So This one does just have a grid in it. It's a notebook. In terms of the paper, it is fairly thin, so I'd probably just use it for rough notes more than anything else. Maybe for scrap paper, that kind of thing. They made self-sharpening pencils that sharpen as you use them. So you just kind of rotate it. Ah, interesting. Maybe that's the kind of thing. It doesn't have a twist top from what I can tell. So, I don't know. I'm going to have to use it a little bit more to find out. But, notebook. It's not offensive. I like it. It's all goods. And then there was a letter in here. It says for you. So it's probably for me. I'm going to open this up and make sure it's not anything spoilery. But it has a piece of paper in it with star punches. Aww, that's so cute. Alrighty. So, little star punches, because I love little stars. Hello, Gemma, Chief Product Officer at Stationery Pal. Thrilled to be partnering with you. So nice. Handpicked some of the latest one-of-a-kind Japanese stationery items. Well, yeah, I would agree. These are very one-of-a-kind. I haven't seen these things before. Except for maybe this, but like, I haven't seen flexi rings before, which is kind of nifty. Alrighty. Ultimately creating high-quality and widely loved content. Thank you. I like to think that people like my content. Anywho, I'm going to finish reading this later. But thank you, Gemma. That's very kind of you. So I'll put that to the side. Oh, there was also a box in here. I'm not sure what was in this box, so I hope it's not anything too scandalous. Alrighty, it's a mug. Ha ha ha. We love a good mug. So this little mug is another little Stationery Pal one. So it's got little stationery bits on it, and then the Stationery Pal kind of, lettering on it or whatnot. So it kind of fits the vibe, goes with our tote, which is quite cute. Let's see. I think it's a fairly good size, and I don't know, it's ceramic, so it doesn't really make a knocking sound. But I'm sure that we can see if we can use this for hot chocolates. It looks like it's got a good amount of size in it for that. So I just appreciate that it came unbusted. That's always nice. Here we go. Put that to the side. Oof, stuff on my desk, stuff on my desk. Stuff on me as well. Floss. No, floss? It's not floss. Fluff. Fluff. Yeah. Oh, okay. So they buy replacement tips. That's kind of cool. So, like, once this one's done, then in theory I could possibly, like, pull it out and get another one. Because it does seem to have a lot of graphite on it. So I feel like it would... I mean, it says it's going to last me 16 kilometers, so it'll probably last a while. But, anywho. Oh yeah, we can use the little cup to just like hold pens and stuff. That's a pretty good idea. I like that. So those were those bits and pieces. I would like to swatch out the click arts before we move on, but the rest of stuff is pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff around me, so I think I need to put some things. I'm not going to say away, but I need to move them out of the way. All right. So we'll bring back the Stationery Pal box. And we'll put some things in there. So we can put in our notebook, and our little card of information, which was very helpful, our staplerless stapler, and our nifty pens that have the different fine lining options, which is pretty cool. Our eraser and pencil. We can put in our little cable organizer, our little punch that we had before, which is pretty nifty. And like we said before, for November in particular, because it's, Black Friday sale, and we have Singles Day, which is 11/11, those days have special sales associated with them. So if you want to grab yourself something from Stationery Pal, make sure that you chuck in the code SPACE50, and then you can put another code on top of that. Doesn't have to be mine, but if you want to, you can use my one. But that's going to give you the maximum savings, right? Because we love savings. Why pay full price for things when you can save money? So chuck in our little Tombow pens over here, looking cute. Our little gangster duck, squeak squeak, and our little, what's that thing called? I know what it's called. Nope, I've lost the word. You know what it is. So we'll put those to the side so that we can do some swatching. And we're going to swatch on something a little bit bigger than these pieces of shrapnel that we have. Okay. Once we swatch these though, then I will tell you about the Stationery Pal giveaway and how you can enter that, because that one is enter over here on YouTube. So swatching first, then giveaway. Sound good? Ding. Singles Day is your wedding day. That's kind of funny, because it's like you got married then, so you guys weren't singles anymore. I need a piece of paper, preferably one that's big enough to swatch all the things on. I think I'll just do it in my journal, because it kind of makes sense. So this is more just like, just because. So we're going to turn this to the next available back page, and we're going to do some swatching in here. So we have two different colors, or I guess colorways, packs of the zebra click arts. We've got the standard set, which is kind of like your typical rainbow bright kind of thing. And then we've got the dark colors, which is effectively like all the jewel tone kind of ones, which is kind of nice. So this one, then that one, does it tell me color names on the back? Yes, it does. So on the back here, it tells us that we've got these colors, which is cool. And then we've got the same thing for these ones. So nice, easy. Let's see. Swatching, yeah, watching swatches. Nice. Swatch watching. I can read. She lied. I can't read. I'm thinking that we're going to have to do a swatch video soon, you know, if people are keen for it, to try and match the colors of things. This was a recommendation, but also one that I was just kind of thinking that we should be doing anyways, because I have a bunch of different pens. Funnily enough, if you've only just joined us, I have a bunch of different pens, and I would like to see what the color matches are between some of them in particular. So I'm thinking like finding color matches between like the Tombos and the mild liners, and also the Tombos and the Zig Clean color dot markers, like pretty much any kind of color matches that I can find, so that I can use them together whenever necessary. Cut this off. I don't think I'm doing a good job of this. I'm gonna end up cutting my notebook if I'm not careful. Does that look like it's cut? I don't know. Does that look like it opens? Yay! Great success! Alright, so that one's okay. Are you okay? Are you okay, friend? Nope, I haven't cut you the whole way. Okay. Just as a side note, didn't have to cut the top off at all because it's actually not secured. I just can't check these things ahead of time. So was the cutting of the tops necessary? No, but we did it, so it's fine. We learnt another thing today. Alright, so also, I feel like it's drink time. Tink. We're going to do standard first because it just feels like it would make sense to do standard first because it's the standard set. So, before we swatch them, I just want to write in a header so that I know what it is. Well, I mean, like, it's not like I'm going to forget, but just for the sake of completeness, we're going to put a header in, and that header is going to be done in a Tombow for no apparent reason. I just like the thickness of the Tombow. There we go. That guy here. So just using the bullet nib, we're going to say, what are they? The zebra click arts. And eventually I will put this into my long-term collections journal, but for today we're just going to put it in here. E, B, I don't want to do zebra. Zebra click art, which is all one word. L I C. Don't be fooled though, that's a capital C, if you were wondering. Click A R T. Alrighty, zebra click arts. And we're just gonna do not like my typical swatch where I would like go and rule up boxes or anything, because like this is just my everyday journal. This is just so that we can say like, hey, we got some new pens, it's very exciting. So I'm getting these guys out of the packet so that we can do the swatchums. Go, put you guys in the order that you were in the packet in, because I just feel like that's a nice way to do things. She says as she organizes them poorly. There we go. That looks about right-ish, yeah? So is this a little nubbin? Okay, on the end of the pen here, it does come with a little cap so that you can kind of, I don't know, have the pen protected. I don't think you're supposed to keep the cap after the fact, but alrighty. So this one here is black. Cute. I like that it clicks. I'm going to put the little nubbin back on because I just want to keep them safe. This guy is the blue. Come, click. Blue. Nice. I'm also going to set the focus so that it stops going in and out because that's not pleasant to watch. This one is light blue, which makes sense because it is lighter than blue. Light blue. And it is also kind of nice to see how it works on the paper for the notebook that I typically use, which is kind of good too. Then we get to the greens. This one is called green, and the other one is called light green. Ugh, a less satisfying click, but it is nice to have them click in and out, which makes sense. They're called click arts. This guy was called green. So far, I'm quite liking the colors, and I'm quite liking the way that the pens write as well. It's nice. It's just nice. There we go. This one is the light green. Because I also have a set already, which are the pastel colors. Light green. And put the little cap back on. Keep them safe. We have the yellow, I assume. Shouldn't assume. Always check. Alrighty. Yes, yellow. Because it could be called like sunshine or something, you know, and then there's another one that's called yellow, but this one is just called yellow, so it's okay. Click. There we go. Yeah, the click arts are they're a little bit of fun. I know that Monica uses them, I'm pretty sure. And the pastel colors are really pretty. Like if that's kind of more your vibe. ORANGE, because this is orange. You can also see that there's a little, okay, you can't because I changed the angle, sorry. See this little red dot here? When you unclick it, then that goes black so that you kind of know that it's clicked down. Just so I guess that like if you click it out and maybe your cap or like nubbin has like broken off, you can kind of see that it's broken off. I don't know what the particular function for that would be, but at least you could tell. Yeah. Put the little stopper back on. This guy is red. Red. And then we've got, I'm going to assume pink, but never assume. Pink. Pink. And then the purple. Which is very pretty. I love purple. Purple. And gray. And brown. Nice. So it doesn't actually tell us on the barrel. I know you can't see, but I'm checking for you. It doesn't tell us on the barrel what color it is. So, well, it might, but it might be in Japanese. Brown. I'm just trying to see if there's any kind of like discernible difference between each of the different pens to see if there's like... Okay, so there is a number difference. So this one is like pen number 7. That's pen number 8. But I'm wondering if that's just in this pack, possibly. Like if I go and open the other pack, is it going to have the same numbers or is it going to be different numbers? I mean, like we're literally just about to check that, so don't worry. But yeah, the actual like barcode itself is the same number? Question mark? Okay, no it isn't. Okay, this guy here. You are dark brown. You are number 16. Okay, so I'm not going to zoom in, but I'm going to turn the focus on so you can kind of see what I'm looking at here. Okay, so you see this number here? This is number 6. I think possibly that is the number that tells you what color it is, because they seem to be unique across the different pens, just having a look at them. in the set that we've got here. So I think that when I write them down, it'll probably be like, hey, number 6, it is brown. And then this guy here would be like, number 10, it is grey. And I know that that says grey, right? Like, yeah. That probably is the actual name of the pen that I can't read in Japanese. But anywho. So, the caps are on. They're looking cute. We can put these guys to the side now as they've been swatched. Swashade. Gonna need another pencil case. And then these guys are the dual color ones, or they call the dark color ones. Yeah, so I've got them both linked in the description box. Yeah, the numbers are totally not in rainbow order. It's very upsetting, but we're gonna get these guys out and we're gonna get them out in the packet order because we're just gonna keep them in packet order for this swatch. There we go. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, beautiful. Love some teal colors. And then these guys here. And then these ones. Beautiful. Okay, and we'll keep the bag flipped over so that I can see what the color numbers, or rather names, are. Okay, so the first one is blue black. Blue black. And it is pen color number 19. And we're just gonna put those. I feel like I should do this a third of the way over for no apparent reason. So that is 5, wait, you're 18 and a half across, very unsatisfying. So we're gonna say approximately 6, so I'm gonna put you here. Wait, what's 6 times 3? 18? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna put you here. Cool. That was blue black, which is a really pretty color. I like that quite a lot. I don't think it necessarily matches the pen. Like, I think that, okay, this part here, the pen kind of cap, it might be a little hard to tell, but it is just a very dark blue. The color of this versus the color of the ink is not a perfect match. I would actually say that the color of this guy matches that better. So, shrug. This guy here, though, is smoky blue. We put him down. It is a different color, but it's not a majorly different color. I wish that the blue black was a little bit more like midnighty, but it's still pretty. It's not quite what I wanted, but it's still pretty. Let's see. We can't get the cap on. Ah. Okay, next one we have is blue-gray. So we've got a good collection of blues here. It's nice to see. What do you say? Blue-gray. It's interesting because, like, so far I'm kind of leaning towards preferring this darker set rather than the standard. I just think that the colors are really pretty. Like, these 3 together actually work really nicely. And then the next one is blue-green. Blue-green. Really? Okay. You're sure, child. Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, you're blue-green. No, just checking, because that's not necessarily how I would describe that color. Like, it's pretty, but it's not how I would usually say it. JashiiCorrin has a spreadsheet with tabs that she laid out in different grid sizes. Yes, she does. That is available to the team members, team with capital T. So I put out a link to that at the start of every month. So if you are a new team member, either on Patreon or on YouTube, first of all, welcome. Such a pleasure to have you with us. The second thing is that just go back and have a look for that welcome post, the one that tells you of the perk schedule, because on that post there is a link to that Excel planner that you can use. This guy is turquoise blue, which I cannot spell, so Turquoise blue. So far we've got a good chunk of blues, which we love. Then the next one we have is green black. Green black. Ooh, that's beautiful. I like that color a lot. yeah, I think that of the two sets, this one is probably my preferred set so far. It's gorgeous. And then the next color we have is Viridian. Click, click. Which is also a very nice color. Viridian. Viridian. Nice. Okay. Viridian's looking cute. We have this one, which I would call mustard, but they're calling light brown. Light brown, also known as lies, because it's more like a slightly less golden mustard. I like my mustards a little bit more golden, but it's fine. What does Viridian even mean? I don't know, but in this case I think it means green. Like not this green, just like a darker green. It's a pretty color, but I'm not too sure. There we go. Also hello, because you said hi to me, so hello. Let's see. This one is a red orange, which looks surprisingly similar to orange, just a little bit darker. Red orange. And then the next one is red black, which is just a very interesting way of saying like dark whatever. It's like, you know, dark blue. If you said blue black, I just think of something else. This guy here is red black, which is a very nice color as well. That's a really pretty red. It's like, yeah, like a darker red, obviously. But it's not kind of headed into, you know how some dark reds kind of tend towards more like purpley? This one is still like very much a red. And then the next guy is the magenta, also known as magenta. He doesn't really seem to fit with the rest of them. I mean, like, okay, if I was picking ones that don't really seem to fit the bill with this color palette, I would go with blue, green, and the magenta. Don't really look like they quite fit. Maybe the red orange too. I would possibly go with a slightly darker, yeah, kind of like a burgundy. I'd probably go with a slightly darker orange for it, but it's still quite nice. And then this one here is our dark brown. Alright, so those are our beautiful zebra click arts, looking very cute. As said, we do have a pastel set, but we're not going to swatch that because that wasn't part of this haul. That was part of a different haul. Completely irrelevant, but it's very cute to see these, and we're going to... Oh, I don't really want to scoop them up just because I feel like I'm going to get these ones out of order. I can do it. I can do it. I did it. Okay, it's done. And we'll put those ones in there. But we'll keep these little bags so that I have a reference for myself. So, as said, the fabulous folks over at Stationery Pal agreed to do a giveaway with us. We love a giveaway, alright? So if you would like to enter the giveaway for a kind of mystery surprise gift, they haven't even told me what the gift is, but if you would like to enter our giveaway, then all you need to do is make sure that you are, 1, subscribed to Stationery Pal, because, like, it's their giveaway, so, like, fair. 2, make sure you're subscribed to me, because, you know, we're part of the team, right? And then, once this video is over, right, you can't do it right now if you're here on the live, it has to be once the video is over, so don't forget to do it, I'll try and remind you, but you need to leave a comment on this video that features a purple heart. Okay, that doesn't have to be just a purple heart. You can say other stuff if you want to. Not going to stop you, but it has to have a purple heart in. If it doesn't have a purple heart, your entry is uncounted. Your entry is invalid. Okay, so you remember. You keep that in the forefront of your mind. Because yeah, you can't comment on the video until after the video is done, sadly. Also, tink. Okay, so we have done the Stationery Pal. We've done Typhosi. We have done the bullet journal. Up next, squeak. Okay, we have 2 different options. We have option A or option B. Ready? I'm not going to tell you what they are, but you need to tell me with a vote. You can comment in the chat thread here. Should we go with option A or should we go with option B? As a side note, option A has 1 box with multiple things. Option B has multiple packets that are separate. Okay, we've got 1 for A, 1 for B. Ooh, we've got, okay, 1, 2, B. B. Alrighty, there's a lot of B's. Alright, B's coming through with it seems. Oh, got a couple of A's in there too. Alright, some B's. I'm seeing more. It's contested. Those A's are really coming through now. Oh, there's a couple B's. Alrighty. Nah, I think that the A's have it at this stage. The B's, they came out ahead to start with, but then the B's came through and I would do a poll, but then I have to type it in and I'm feeling very lazy. Alrighty, I'm thinking that going with a rough count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that the A's have it, team. You did a good job. I know, we should do a poll, but we didn't. So, option A is the washi tape shop. So we do have a bunch of things here from the washi tape shop. Option B we will get to. Thank you for your votes. Always appreciated. So, these fabulous folks over at the washi tape shop have sent me some goodies. We are going to pull these apart and have a look at them, but you can see we have a variety of different ones here. Some of them are the floral-esque kind of themes ones. We'll do those ones together. Those ones are these little cuties here. And then we have ones that are a little bit more kind of like seasonally related. So that would be these kind of guys. Those ones are kind of Christmas-esque kind of things, and this one's more like a fall kind of vibes. And then this one here is kind of like, it feels very springtime, which is very fitting for me because that's where we're at here in New Zealand. So we're going to go with florals first just because they're individuals and they're a little easy. Then we will do the kind of intermediate florals, and then we'll do seasonality type things. Okay, so we'll scoot those guys to the side. Funnily enough, this is another one that we, of course, have a discount code for. So if you want to grab yourself anything from the washi tape shop, you can use code JASHI10. That'll give you 10% off your order. Just remember that it's JashiiCorrin, not JashiiCorrin 10, because we have different codes for different places. But if you're ever wondering about getting a discount on anything, I list my discount codes in all of my videos. I usually only list the ones that are relevant to that video, but I also have a link down there that says like, hey, for all of my discount codes, you can go through to here. So, you know, we love savings. We love savings. So jumping into these, we have a couple of different floral designs. And these ones are all done on the PET tape, which means that they blend really nicely in with your journal. I was skeptical. Yeah, I was skeptical about the PET tape when I first got it. I was like, oh, okay, it's like, you know, kind of shiny. I don't really know if that's really my vibe. But when I actually use them on my journal paper, they look really, really good. Yeah? So, again, I'm trying not to ASMR you too much by talking over the top of it. So these guys here, they're on that kind of like plasticky finish, which means that if they hit the light right, they do reflect. They are a bit shiny, but they also, once they're on your white paper, blend in really, really nicely. So we've got a couple different designs here. Again, they're all linked in the description box, but this guy, if we can open it up, is like a black noir roses kind of thing. And yes, I know that noir effectively means black, so I did just say black, but we're ignoring that. So we'll kind of lay it out so you can kind of see. It's got some kind of like bronzing around the edges of the florals. You can kind of see that the line work is reflective there, but like a whole bunch of very dark kind of rose-esque designs. So if you like the florals but you're not really into kind of like the pastel-y kind of colors or the brights or whatever, this feels very kind of like, I'm gonna say vampiric. I hope you know what I mean. Like, we kind of go through these. I feel like, did I turn my focus off? I can't remember. Is this hand focus? No. Okay, the focus is still on. So you can see that we've got like these little rose designs and stuff, and the tape is just unraveling on my desk. We're just going to ignore that. And then these little pieces. So you'd cut them out individually just with scissors, and then you can put them on. Yeah, I know, right? Very like dark, gothic kind of vibes. It's gorgeous. When I received this one, I was like super tempted to use it for my start of journal setup for next year. I'm not quite decided because roses aren't particularly like my thing, but yeah, dark romance, love it. Oh, so pretty. And then it's very hard to see like the way that it catches the light there, but you can hopefully see the kind of line work is shiny. It's beautiful. With the tap in your head going, bye. Yeah, it would look really nice for a Halloween type thing. The whole thing just unraveled on my desk, so please bear with me. But you've got some bigger pieces and some smaller pieces, which is really nice for doing kind of more full coverage designs and such. But the repeat on these is usually about 1 meter, which means that you have a lot of different individual pieces for them. You can see like all of the individual designs here, and they usually give you 6 meters of tape, so you have plenty to do stuff. Is it sticky? Yes, it is sticky. So the PET tape, it has a transparent background on the tape and also is on a transparent backing, which is why it kind of just looks like one larger piece of plastic. I'm going to try and take a piece off for you so I can kind of show you, or maybe I'll just get one that I've already cut up because it might just be a little easier. So stick that down, grab you some out so I can show you what I mean. So here are some that I have from them that I've used previously, and you just cut out the individual designs and then use them on your journal. So this guy here is like a kind of sunflowers one. So different design, similar idea. You can see it's shiny finish kind of a thing, which is why I was apprehensive, but once you put it in your journal, it's really not a problem. You just need to kind of pull back that. Yeah, you can see. And then this part here is sticky, and that part's just the backing paper. And then once you lay it into your journal, it blends really well with your page. So you don't even really tell that it's stuck in there. It looks effectively like like you drew it in. Not that I could draw this, but it kind of looks like you drew it in. I'll show you an example of it in use, just so that you can kind of see what I mean. So in my current journal, we used this for my Washi graveyard back of journal pages. So you can see that on these pages here, I've kind of, when it hits the light right, you can see that it reflects. But when it's just kind of regular, it just blends in very nicely. It's really pretty. So this kind of vibe, but black, gothic, noir type thing. Love it. So we'll put that to the side. Alrighty. So that was this guy, looking very cute. This one's an old one. We'll put you to the side. That's not what we're looking at right now. We have this guy, which is I think it's called the Cobalt set, which makes sense because it's like a very punchy blue. So we'll open it up. We'll have a look. Do we have a question? Have I been missing questions? Because like, fair. I'm not very good at checking things. Let's see. Scrolling back while I try and unwrap this. I need a virtual assistant. Yes, I do need a virtual assistant. So somebody who can just like kind of type things in here for me, because I'm not very good at being able to multitask. Yeah. Alrighty, so Can't Type Today has a Boudreaux Basics set of YouTube posts. Yes, I do. I don't know what question you're referring to because it was probably too far back in the chat. But yeah, if you're looking for the basics of bullet journaling, we do have a full basics on bullet journaling series, where I kind of go through step by step a whole bunch of stuff. But yes. So this guy here, this one, beautiful, love it. Similar idea, it's just that really, really bright blue. Yeah. So same kind of roses ideas. Gosh, it's gorgeous. So if blue is your thing, then this is totally your vibe. But yeah, it's again the kind of roses design, and you could just like cut them all out and stick them all in, and it's just really, really pretty. So I think that I actually kind of want to open it up side by side with the black one, because I do think that it is actually the same patterns, just different colorway. We can see if we can open this, because Jess struggles. Oh, she's trying to open it in the middle. That doesn't really work. So having a look at it, I think that they are effectively the same designs, just different colors. Yeah? So same florals, just black versus blue. I think if I had to pick my favorite of the two, I would probably lean more towards the black. Just because then in terms of like a pop of color, you can really use whatever you want to, which would be kind of nice. But the blue is also really, really gorgeous. I think that in terms of, cohesive color palette building, both lovely. Black, my personal preference. Yeah. Yeah. The blue is almost more angsty than the black. This is like, I'm blue, dubbity-dubba-die, kind of a thing. But yeah, so same designs. This one doesn't have the the foiled kind of edges. You can see the foiled edge kind of on that one, whereas this one is just like a matte blue kind of edge. I mean, as matte as you can get on shiny tape, but very pretty. Same design, different color. There we go. We'll roll these up. I think that what I'm going to do, because I mentioned before that I really need to do a kind of little bit of a de-stash, but also just improve my storage. Yeah, always both, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. You could use both of them. They're like literally the same designs, just different colors. So you could just build a blue and black color palette. But what I need to do is I need to go through and like trim up all of my washis that are like this, the PET ones, and put them in these little baggies so that then like, it's like my little drug bag, but my drug is stationery. Like, so just cut them all up so that then they're in little like bags ready to use, so I don't have to kind of cut out a whole bunch of pieces anytime I want to use them. Also, hi Erin, such a pleasure to have you here with us. But if you guys haven't gone and checked out Erin's 2024 setup, it's really cool. You should go have a look at that. Not right now because we're here and enjoying stationery together, but after the fact, certainly, of course. So putting those two away, very cute, love that. The other floral-esque kind of one we have is much more into like, you know, kind of pastel vibes, which like I never really thought of myself as a pastel person. I never really gravitated towards that, but some color palettes have got me sold. Like my October one that we did with the different kind of blue, green, purple pastels, that was very nice. But this feels very delicate. Like, I'm going to say airy. I hope that you kind of know what I mean. But it's a very pale kind of blue and slight peachy pink kind of thing with grey. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I'm going to say that about every single freaking tape, to be completely honest. But, because they are. I love the Washi Tape Shop. Stop rolling. We're trying to do things here. That's not the business. Stay in your lane. Thank you. So, you can see that it's got the florals and it's got these kind of like, I know they're not dandelions, but it's the kind of, it looks like a dandelion. Like you'd blow it and all of the little pieces would float away. And it's got some little kind of lace type designs in the back, which almost kind of look snowflakey or doily kind of style, but it's very nice. So if you're into a more kind of like soft, subdued, not dark angst, bad romance kind of thing, then maybe this is more your vibe. Again, it's got a very nice long repeat and plenty of different elements. And these ones are kind of like bigger pieces that you could use in terms of like a cover page or something like that. But it's gorgeous. Yeah. The tape is just trying to like buy. It's just trying to like run away. Alrighty, Queen Anne's lace, we reckon. Alright, yeah, something like that. So this one has a variety of different florals. So you've obviously got like your little, I'm going to call them dandelions because that's the name that comes to mind. But yeah, also got a bunch of different other floral pieces as well, which all work very nicely together. So gorgeous, totally staying in the stash. You know, with the Stationery Pal one, right, I got to pick the items. They sent the ones that I picked out, and then they also sent me some bonuses. With the Washi Tape Shop one, they just kind of send me a collection of things that they think I'd like. So sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's one that's not really for me, and it goes into the, like, I'm going to give this away box. But so far, haha, no, these are all my tapes. But if you do want to get one for yourself, what I will say is that you could buy it today if you wanted to, but what I would probably recommend is, let's actually check. We're going to check together, because I feel like I don't want to misspeak on this, because that would not be the business at all. So first of all, there is a link to the Washi Tape Shop in the description box, like there is links to everything, because that's how we roll in the Shire. Now, if we go to share a screen presenter kind of mode, let's see, share. Okay, so the Washi Tape Shop, beautiful, gorgeous. If you're going to buy one, you should buy this one because it's amazing. But not that I'm biased or anything, but it's really, really gorgeous. They are going to be having a Black Friday sale, all right? So I would actually be inclined to hold off and see what kind of discount you could get for Black Friday, okay? Because at the moment, like in terms of pricing, and as far as washi tape goes, the Washi Tape Shop is a little bit more expensive. But that's because their quality is actually just like unmatched, I swear. But they are having a Black Friday sale, so do make sure that you you know, if you're going to get yourself something, if you're musing with the idea, I would hold off a little bit. It's going to be more towards the middle of the month. And then you can get yourself a bit more of a discount because we love savings. But ones that I would recommend, outside of the ones that we're talking about today, would totally be this script. I find it really, really useful because it's the kind of script that doesn't have like set words that you can really see. So it's quite nice for being kind of just in the background of your layouts, not distracting from other stuff. And this Dreamcatcher set is beautiful. I've used that in multiple setups. Really, really nice. So yes, I would hold off unless you want to buy it today because you're like, oh my god, what if it sells out? Which is totally fair, and I can completely understand that because that's how I shop as well. But if you want to hold off and get yourself the best discount possible, hold off towards the middle of the month. Alrighty? Yes, indeed. Water break. Tink. Tink. Let's see. We had a question about painting. I am not your girl for painting. I'm not really much of a painter, to be completely honest. But we do have some lovely people on the YouTubes that do painting. Let's see. Rip, rip, rip. So this guy here is not so much of a, well, first of all, he's not a PET tape, but this one is stickers, washi tape stickers. So they come on a washi roll, but they're individual peel-off items, which is awesome because it means you don't have to cut them out yourself, which I really like. Ooh, Beauty Bella has a question. What would you recommend more, washi PET tape or individual washi stickers? That's well, hey, what a timely question. It really depends. I mean, in terms of the designs that you get on these guys, I think that they would be really useful as stickers, but I'm also not against cutting them out. It would be nice if they came off as individual stickers. Like, if you're pinched for time, to be completely honest, then going with your stickers is a better bet. But the washi tape shop in particular seems to have a wider range of the floral type designs in particular on the PET rolls. You can also get this one in a regular washi roll, but it's not a washi sticker. It's just that the finish of it is different. It doesn't have that kind of like shiny finish to it. In terms of their sets that are on stickers, they don't so much have these type of things, but they do have individual pieces, which are really nice. So I think it more matters on how much time you have. Like, do you actually have the time to cut out the little bits and pieces? Because it's fair if you don't. And two, is the design the one that you actually want? Yeah. So I think that those would be the two main considerations that I would give to them. So these guys are our kind of more like full vibes type of washi stickers. So like we said, they are stickers. They peel off individually. You can probably maybe just see the cut line. Possibly not, but maybe if I shiv it with my nail. Yeah? See that? See that individual peel off? Cheeky little piece there. Oh, maybe not. There we go. Yeah. It peels off as an individual piece, which is really nice. So these ones are beautiful, beautiful letter designs. The problem is that it is an alphabet, so it's just going to go through in an alphabet probably, which means that to get a word that has multiple of the same letter, then you're going to have to unravel a lot of tape to use it. But they are very, very pretty. So you can see that they all have those little floral pieces on them, and they're all in that kind of all caps serif lettering style. So very nice. Plenty of tape, plenty of letters, but you will have to roll through if you want to have multiple letters. I'm trying to think of something that you might write out that would have multiple letters in it. Of the same letter, not multiple letters, because like that's any word that's bigger than but anywho, let's see. Like my name has double ups in every single name, because my name is Jess, like Jessica, so that's double S. And then my middle name is Corinne, so that's double R, and then my last name is Siachi, which has double C. So, alright. One of the things to note is that when you are trying to remove this first piece, the little piece of adhesive that keeps the roll closed, you have to be careful of not pulling up the stickers that it is stuck to. So that's why I'm doing this kind of carefully. Safe. Alright, we survived. So in terms of the designs that we have on this guy, as we said before, they are kind of like more fall inspired. So a bit more of a kind of muted color palette, which is quite pretty, and a bunch of different little pieces. So we've got like some mushrooms and some twigs and berries type thing. little bits of foliage, dried leaves, more shroomy boys. All right, so we'll just do a little roll through so you can kind of see what we've got here. Again, all of these are linked in the description. This one, I don't remember what it's called, but it'll have sticker in the name because they are individual stickers. So how many do until we get to a repeat? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't see where the repeat is. I'm going to have to lay this out. That one is the same as this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 individual pieces on this one. All right. Yeah, your first name has 3 E's. Yeah, exactly. So if you want to do your name in your journal, you're going to have to like, unroll a whole bunch of tape to get all of your E's out. There we go. So this guy here. This one is same set, different roll. So it has a bunch of other designs. So these ones are a little bit more kind of zoomed in. Now if we find the repeat of that guy and that guy are the same, I believe. Yep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, so 9 again. So far we have 18 different designs and we've got the letters. So I think that together, like putting them together, you could probably build up a pretty cohesive theme with stuff. Would you have enough pieces for the entire month? Really depends on how heavily you want to stick your page. But it's just like, I love the idea of the individual peel off. They just make life so much easier. So like this guy's kind of cut off the end here, so we can just peel him off. You can see that like individual little sticker piece, nice and easy. And then we'll go and shove him in the washi graveyard so we can kind of see how it works. And we just lay that down onto the page. And it blends pretty well. Like, it's pretty hard to tell on camera here that there is actually an outline, but I find that the PET tape ones, they blend a lot more seamlessly with the page, provided it doesn't hit the light and has that whole, like, shiny thing going on, but still very nice. All right, so that's our fall-esque kind of one. Let's see, done floral and book theme for November. Love it. All right. Any chance you have a video on how to use the calligraphs correctly? I do not have videos on brush lettering. I have a super old video on faux calligraphy, which is like fake calligraphy and how you can kind of fake it until you make it. Which, I mean, it still teaches you kind of the basics of how the letter forms are supposed to look, but it's not done specifically with like a brush pen in mind. If you're looking for brush lettering, I think that Torrin Marie did one a little while ago, possibly. There are probably other brush letterers who are probably better to go and seek advice from, because oftentimes the way that I use calligraphs is to color stuff in. I don't so much use it for actually doing any kind of calligraphy style work, if that makes sense. I hope that was helpful, but it probably wasn't. Sorry. So that is our fall sticker set. Very pretty. Love that. Love that very much. Squeak, says my chair. Now, let's see. What do we have next? So our next one is all of our Christmas-esque related tapes. So, I mean, not necessarily Christmas where I'm based, because it's not winter for Christmas where I live. It is hot and warm and sunny, and we definitely do not have snowmen. Maybe a Sandman or something, but not like the cool Sandman that lets you have nap time. More like the Sandman you'd make at a beach, yeah? So for my Christmas, not so much, but maybe for your Christmas, depending on where you're based. But we have 3 different tapes here. We're going to start with the individual ones, just cause, and then we'll move on to this one, which I believe is another Washi sticker set, but also has a little tape at the top. That's spoilers. We're not looking ahead. We're staying in our lane and sticking with the ones that we're looking at here. So, trying not to ASMR you. Let's open this up underneath the table. It feels like I'm like trying to hide a secret though. Like I'm like opening it under here. So this guy is a PET one, and this one is the Creekside wide PET tape. We'll open this one up. There we go. So yeah, like Bujo and Bijou, says, so PET tapes are decorative tapes, have similar function to washi, but are transparent, waterproof, wear resistant, and have more vibrant printed colours. They're ideal for decorating. I 100% agree. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like they are a lot more vibrant, and it's it's mainly the fact that they blend into the page so well that I really like them. I don't like having to cut them out individually, but I'll get over it. It doesn't take that long. What I will say is that I find that if I am not careful in cutting around the designs, you end up with a little bit too much of the transparent stuff on the page, and then it starts to interfere with other elements, but that can be said for like anything that you're doing. So if we open these guys up, attempting, because each of them has backing paper, so they come stuck down with just a little bit of extra piece of tape. So we'll unroll a little bit, stick it to the desk so that we can kind of see the pieces that we've got going on. Oh, that's so cute. So this one's all kind of like happy home for the holidays kind of vibes, like got little bits and piece designs and stuff like that. And I think that all of these could probably be used together. They look like they all would be the kind of things that would work fairly well together, or at least these two do. Okay, we'll do these two first because they look like they work together. The other one is a slightly different style, so I probably wouldn't use them in the same collection. I am having such a struggle with this. I've got enough nail to get underneath it, but I'm still having trouble. Okay. There we go. So you can see that the art style in both of these is very similar. So we've got candles by the fireplace. Those are big candles for a fireplace. The tree with the little yellow lights and stuff like that, and different pieces of home decor. And then this one in particular has a lot of kind of Christmassy slogans, so like welcome home, sparkle all the way, there's no place like home for the holidays, it's the most wonderful time of the year, season's greetings, all I want for Christmas is juice, North Pole, milk and cookie, baking Santa's favorite since 1943, wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, all of those kind of things. So just little bits of piece. A cardinal is a visitor from heaven. Cardinals are not from around here. I don't know where cardinals make their home, but yeah, anyhow. So, lots of little bits, very cute. These two in particular would make for a very nice cohesive theme, and you've got a very nice long repeat, so lots of individual elements that you can put in, which is cool. Just checking that these aren't actually the same tape, and I've just been showing you the same things. Nope, they are definitely different tapes, because otherwise that'd be really awkward. Alrighty, you have cardinals in Iowa. Alrighty, so maybe cardinals are US-based birdies. Because yeah, we do not have them here. Alright, so scrolling it back. Lots of tapey bits. But yeah, so you just cut out the individual elements and then you can stick them in. But I think that this one would, again, be really good for one big cohesive theme. Probably for the Christmas time. Unless you live somewhere where Christmas is not like this, or maybe even if you just don't celebrate Christmas, that's fair. I only celebrate Christmas in the sense of having a day off and gift giving and an excuse to see family and have a feed kind of a thing. We don't really celebrate Christmas in the religious sense, but yeah. Alrighty, the cardinal is common in eastern US. Alrighty, let's see, scrolling, yeah, there we go. Those ones are done. And now when we open up the next PET Christmassy tape, you'll see what I mean by the vibe being different, because it was not the same kind of artistry style. So that's the kind of thing, is that when I build a theme for my journal, I like to make it so that all of the elements do feel like I'm not opening at the tape. Okay. I'm going to do a little aside here. You can put the distraction counter, but I've done this twice now, so I feel it needs to be mentioned. You see this line that goes across here? That is the start of the tape, the actual tape. And I've been trying to pick that up for a good long while. I did it with the last one, but the adhesive line is actually here. So I'm coming at this problem all wrong. And this is why I struggle. Anywho, when I build a theme, when I'm building a palette or the decoration bits or whatever, one of the biggest things that I'm looking for is cohesive elements. So if I'm using multiple tapes, I want those tapes to be in the same artistic style so that they actually look like they match together. So that could be like these two tapes, which are obviously done by the same artist. They've got the same kind of overall style and vibe to them. Similar idea with these two, like they're literally the same designs but in a different colorway. This guy, on the other hand, yes, it is Christmas related, but it is a completely different type of artistry. And we've got a variety of different directions it's working in, so this is going to be fun. So we've got like Snowy Hill with some trees and bits. We've got a Christmas tree that's been decorated with a variety of little bits and pieces. Dear Santa. We've got some different little slogans like winter blessings. Not really the vibe for where I'm based, but it's fine. Little oh, he's so cute, little gingerbread man. Hedgehog making a snowman. Holy Night. Oh, Holy Night. I totally missed the O there, but yeah. I like Oh Holy Night. That's a good song. And then other little pieces. Let's see. We've got a little Christmas village going on here, which is quite cute. Silver bells, snowman, Santa Claus, etc. Okay, so I know I said that I would recommend holding off in terms of ordering from the washi tape shop because they are going to have that sale going on for the word Black Friday. But if you were wanting to get the Christmas tapes in particular, and in particular wanting to get the Christmas tapes to you in time for the Christmas season so that you could actually use them, I would probably recommend putting that order in earlier, just because, first of all, the chances of those tapes going on sale, questionable because they're new. Second, to actually get them to you in time to use, you might want to order them before the busy season. But yeah, let's see. So, those are the Christmassy tapes that were individual PET tapes, but we also have Christmas washi stickers, which is always really good, and I like them a lot. These ones are called the Cozy Celebrations Washi Tape Sticker Set. Can I, like, twist it? Can I twist them out of the packet? I can! I don't even know my own strength. So we'll pull these ones out. These ones are in a different style again. They're so cute. Oh my gosh. Look at these. They're individual, like, washi. These are not stickers. These are washis. But they're so cute. I love them. I really like the person who does this art style. I've got a couple of different tapes from them and they are really pretty. Anyways, so putting those ones down, grabbing out the last one because this one is stuck. Please hold. There we go. Yeah, the washi stickers are nice as well. I like ease of use for the washi stickers are really, really nice. So this one has a couple of different ones. We've got 3 that are the sticker based ones and then 2 that are individual like washis. We're not going to unwrap the individual washis because you can kind of already see what their designs are. So this one is kind of like holly and ivy. I don't think that's actually ivy, it's just like a holly leaf, but gingerbread, candy cane, little Christmas pudding, that kind of stuff. So just like a little kind of eclectic mix, very decorative, very pretty. And then this guy here is kind of like, I'm going to call it like Christmas sprinkles. So you've got candy canes as well in the blue and the red colorway, and you've got the little snowman face. Look at him. He's like shocked and appalled. Why am I on this washi? And snowflakes and other little bits. So that's gorgeous. Love that. Even though Christmas is not a cold, wintry kind of time for me, I don't care. It's pretty. I like it. And then these guys were the washi stickers. So we will unravel all of these at once, making sure to start at the edge of the tape, not the middle like we did last time, and trying carefully not to pull up the sticker with the little piece of tape. Struggle, but we can do it. Tink. Alright, so this is cute. This is like kind of different little Christmassy houses, but then also other little Christmassy bits and pieces. So we'll shove that over to there. So you can kind of see the full repeat here. We've got our snowman, our little Christmas bucket with a pudding, little reindeer, Christmas cup with decorative bits, another little snowman, Christmas house, Christmas tree, ivy in a watering can, little snowman again, and then the little house, and then we get back to this guy, and he's the repeat from over here. And then the next one, so this is the widest of the stickers that we have. So those are probably like the bigger sticker elements, I suppose. And then this one here. Individual pull off. Vogel started vacuuming. He's like, nah, I'm tired of waiting for you. I'm done with this. So we've got a wreath and cup and a snowman, and I know it's a thing, and I know it has a name, but I don't remember the name. It's a jar, an upside down jar. It's not called that. You probably know what it's called, but, well, somebody does at least. It's not me though. I don't know what it is. Let's see. So, oh no. Oh, I pulled this off wrong. It's okay. No, it's not okay. It's not okay. It's fine. It's okay. The sticker kind of went back on to where it was before. So these guys, I think the one that doesn't really seem to fit out of these, because most of them all seem to be kind of in the same kind of theme as each other. This little house looks more pink than it is red, and thus doesn't look like it quite matches. But this guy gives me the kind of fairy house vibes that we had in a different set of washies. But these ones were done, I think, by a different person. This is a separate set, so this is not one that came as part of this. But these ones were the little kind of teacup houses and stuff, which is on a PET tape, and that was gorgeous, and I loved it a lot. But this sticker here in particular gives me the same kind of vibes, yeah? That's it. It's a cloche. Thank you. I knew it had a name, but I couldn't remember the name. It is a cloche. Or a cloche. I don't know how you actually pronounce it. Maybe I'm making a fool of myself. I mean, constantly, but tink. So these ones, because they're all by the same artist, and you've also got these guys here, which are also in the same kind of vibe, I think that these would work really, really nicely together. I love that. I think that from this, you could kind of build up a fairly distinct color palette as well. So you've got the kind of like blue tone that you've got through most of these. Obviously the red that's like a little bit more subdued in most places, which is nice. You've got a tan kind of color that you could incorporate, and then that green. And then like using those kind of colored pens throughout, it would probably work quite well. I think that the joy wreath as well doesn't quite match, only because it doesn't have that kind of green element that most of the other ones have, but it is still very pretty. They're lovely. And you can use these kind of things not just in your journal, like if you're a card decorator or something, or if you want to make those little kind of Christmas tags that you put on gifts to say like, you know, to and from, these are nice little pieces that you can just stick on those really easily to add a little bit of decoration, which is nice, because all of these pull off as individual little stickers, like it is. So cute. Okay, we're gonna put this back very carefully because I don't want to waste you, she says. She just like rips it off willy-nilly. All right, very cute. All right. So, as said, for the washi tape shop, they do have the Black Friday sale coming. You know, once you get there, if you want to, you can use code JASHI10 for 10% off. I would recommend that if you want to get ones that aren't specifically seasonally related, hold off for the sale. We love savings. But if you want the Christmas ones in particular and you want them to arrive before Christmas, might be a good idea to get in early. All right. Whee! Yeah, the colorway that matches the Joy Wreath is really quite nice. It is a very pretty color palette. That reminds me more of the color palette they had for last year's Christmas stickers. So if you wanted to. If you go back to my December setup from last year, we set it up in a B6 notebook, but that was by the same artist, and they had a lot of blues and reds, and it was really pretty. It was very kind of like Christmas Village kind of inspired in terms of the designs that they had on that one, but it was really nice. So put those to the side, So that is the washi tape shop haul. Haha, lie, I forgot an entire set of tape and nobody called me out. But if they did, it's probably that I missed it. So if you did call me out and you're just like, Jess, what the heck, I totally said something. Why weren't you listening to me? I apologize. We do have this entire set as well. So this one too. breaking it apart with my muscles because I'm swole. Not really. Distinctly not swole. So this one is the one that's a bit more kind of spring vibes, you know? Put those ones out. So this one has some stickers. So these ones are the washi stickers, and we'll unroll that a little bit so we can see what kind of designs we're working with. And then I think that you are stickers and you two are tapes. So the tapes aren't too hard to look at because you don't have to be so careful when you peel things off. You see like this one like brings the sticker with it. You're like, no, leave my sticker alone. I want to use that later, not right now. Oh, struggle. Oh, struggle. We might just have to sacrifice this sticker. I don't really want to do that, though. It's one of those things that I get very weird about which pieces of stationery supplies I'm kind of wasting, quote, quote. So in terms of putting down a piece of washi tape, and having to pull it up and whatever, and eventually it loses its stickiness and I have to throw it out, that, depending on the tape, I'm fine with it. But these washi stickers, I'm like, no, you are a precious resource. I will save every single piece of you. But this one is, again, for people who are more into a, like, more lighter, brighter, kind of like pastel-esque kind of colorway. Each of these are washi stickers, and we've got a bunch of different designs again. So bows, wax seal, little florals, strawberry bits. Very cute. This guy here is also washi stickers in the same kind of color palette, but they're all butterflies. I'm not going to unwrap them, but you can kind of see what they are. One of the things I will say about the washi tape shop, which I will commend them for, is that they do a very good job of showing you on the website what to expect in each of the packs. So they have a bunch of different pictures, obviously, but when they show you the tape print, they show you all of the designs on the tape, which is really cool. And then this guy is just a line work washi with a couple of little butterflies every so often. It's nice and simple, very pretty. It's a nice color of pink as well. It's kind of like a lighter, subdued pink. It's like not, I wouldn't call it a pastel, but it's kind of like pastel vibes, but not so like, I don't know what the word for it is, but it's like, you know when you get a pastel color that's a little bit too fluoro? It's not that. And then this guy is the same kind of yellowish tone that you had on the butterflies from the last tape. So we bring them back. Like a similar kind of color there. But on this one, you've got pink butterflies. Very cute. And they would work nicely together. Yeah. Oh, you caught a live stream. Hello. Pleasure to have you here. So that is the kind of more spring-esque kind of set. It's not seasonally related outside of like just being kind of floral in a way that would vibe with spring, but it's not like, you know, Christmas or anything like that. So those were our bits and pieces from the washi tape shop. Just to review, we had this floral-esque one that we just looked at. We had, we had two different Christmas ones that were kind of very similar in terms of their design. And then we had the other Christmas one, which was a little bit different. We had the Christmas washi tape stickers with the little, thinner washies, which were quite cute as well. We had the fall set, which were the fall washi stickers with the letters that have the florals over that. And then we had our 3 PET florals. So 2 that were the same design with mainly like roses and stuff, different colors on those. Personal preference was for black, but still very pretty. And then the more kind of like subdued color palette, pastel-ish, but kind of neutral, but still very nice, still very pretty. Alrighty. So, putting those to the side because it's time for option B. For anybody who voted B and they've been sitting there like, come on, bring on B, your time is now, alright? And this one has a few different pieces, so we're going to have to bring them over and hope and pray that I don't knock over that tower of washi tape that's just sitting in the corner now. So, this section is proudly brought to you by Ohuhu. They have sent me a bunch of different things. So we have a bunch of pens. We've got the liquid fine liners, we've got the coloured fine line pens, and we've got the gel pens, which are in a variety of colours. We've got white and silver and gold. Love it. So we've got those, but then we also have the part that I'm probably the most excited about in terms of what they sent me, which is an 160 color pack of their dual brush pens. The wash tower is totally going down. We're going to ignore the fact that that's probably going to happen, but yay, exciting. So you guys know that I am a diehard fan of my Tombos, but in terms of, I don't know, affordability, Tombos are a bit on the pricier side. Whereas Ohuhu, I don't know when they popped up, but like, they just like popped out of nowhere to bring us like a great range of different colors at a much more affordable price. So I'm very eager to see what we have in this box. We have had a request for a bio break. I have no idea what I do when you guys go on a bio break. Do I just sit here and talk aimlessly for like 5 minutes? It's going to take me a second to get stuff together. So you have approximately some minutes. I don't know, can I put in a timer? I feel like I could. I used to have a timer. Where did I put it? Okay, that's a 10-minute timer. That's a little bit aggressive. Let's see. So I found a timer. I don't know if I want to give you like 10 minutes though, because like, you know, got to keep the train moving here. Or refill my drink. Oh, you do make a very valid point. I do need to refill my drink. Also, tink. Alrighty. In the case, okay, I'm going to put it to a vote, but you only have to say yes, please, okay? If you would like us to take a short interlude so that you can get up, stretch, maybe go to the bathroom, grab a snack or whatever, you just need to write yes, please in the chat, and I will give you a break before I can't keep running my mouth about Ohuhu, okay? So, because again, I can't find my keyboard to type things out to give you a proper poll. Alright. Oh, did I? Yeah, no, I did mention that. Okay, yeah. If it is requested, if you guys would like it, totally fine. I will just reiterate how we actually go about doing the giveaways. So you have until I finish going over how we go about entering the giveaways, okay? Alright, the request has been put in. You have approximately 4.5 minutes. So, in the 4.5 minutes that everybody else wanted to stay with me, oh my god, hi, it's such a pleasure to have you here still. We're going to chat about how you can enter the giveaways that we have associated with this live stream in particular. So the first giveaway was related to the notebook we got from Typhosi, which I, again, really just hope that I'm saying right. So they sent me this beautiful butterfly moon notebook, and they have said that 2 lucky winners over on Instagram can win them, all right? So you can win your choice of color. They have 5 different colors for these ones. So there's the purple, like I've got here. They also have a blue, a black, a white, a kind of champagne gold-esque colored one. So if you want to enter to win yourself one of these notebooks, okay? We've already talked about this, so this isn't new information if you've been here. But if you wanted to enter to win one of these notebooks for yourself, then you just need to jump on over to Instagram, and there is a post over there that you can use to enter the competition, okay? So like we said, 2 winners for that one. It is open internationally, so if you don't live in the US, or like whatever, or if you don't live in New Zealand, you can still enter to win this one. We'll just do a little cheeky present mode so I can find the post for you. So this is the post that you need to go to. This guy here, it's the last thing that we have on my Insta. There's a link to my Instagram in the description box. It's very nondescript. So you jump into here, it gives you all the details. So 2 lucky winners will receive the butterfly notebook of their choice in whichever color they want. All you have to do is follow myself and follow Typhosi over on Instagram, and then comment on the post to say which color you would prefer. Right? Because then it just like cuts out the middleman, right? I don't have to do a back and forth with you to say like which color do you want, because you've already told me which color you want. So jump over there, let us know if you want it. But they have these colors here. So the purple one, which is the one that I've got here, they've got black, blue, a kind of white that they call silver, and then the champagne gold, which is like kind of beigey. I feel like maybe if you saw it in person, like that's kind of pretty. I also like that the foiling color changes. Like some of these feel like a bit more of a bronzy kind of color. Mine is very much a gold color. Very shiny, very pretty. And then the black is kind of like a holographic-esque kind of one, but gorgeous. Oh, and it's good to see that Tina has already gotten herself in there. Yes, love it. Yeah, anything except beige. So yeah, jump on over, give yourself an entry to that. 2 winners, love that for us. So the other giveaway that we are having is one that is being featured here on the channel, all right? And that one is being sponsored by Stationery Pal, who I can't show you what they're going to send you because it's a surprise. They haven't even told me. But one lucky winner, again, international giveaway, is going to win a mystery prize from Stationery Pal. If you want to enter that one, then that one is done over here. You don't have to go anywhere. But you do have to subscribe to Stationery Pal on YouTube because they're sponsoring the giveaway, so it kind of makes sense. Be part of the team here, so make sure that you are subscribed to me as well. And then once the video is over, you can't do it yet, okay? It has to be once the video is over because it has to be a comment, not in the chat thread. You have to comment with something that has a purple heart. It doesn't have to have anything in particular, just if your comment has a purple heart in it, then yes, you are entered to win. Cool, cool, cool? Cool. I will try to remind you later on as well, because we want you guys to win stuff. Winning stuff is fun. We love that for us. Now, I feel like I've run my mouth enough that I'm allowed to go back to talking about Ohuhu. Is it allowed? Will we allow it? I'm going to bring all the pieces back, though. When did I put my pens? Sorry. There we go. I know, right? The purple is so pretty, and then the black is pretty too. It's a very pretty notebook. Not good for left-handed people, but it's a very pretty notebook. So I'm eager to see who wins that one, because that one's open for a week. This one will be open for a week too. I totally didn't specify that, but it's fine. So in terms of our piece of the unboxing that we're doing right now, these lovely supplies are from the gorgeous humans over at Ohuhu. We're going to have to do a proper swatching at some point for these, but I do not think I can swatch every single one of these today. What I will do is open up each of them and we'll have a proper look at them. But given the fact that there is 160 colors in here, I feel like it's going to have to be its own video. So having a look at the dual brush pens. So Ohuhu color markers. It's got the number on it nice and obviously, which is really helpful. So this is pen number 49. On one end, it has a bold brush tip, so like a Tombow size brush tip. And then on the other end, click, it has a fine liner, and those caps sit on really nicely, which is good to see too. So a fine liner on one end and a brush tip on the other end. Clap. Yeah, plenty of colors. I'm going to need to find a way to organize these a little bit better, and I think I have a suspicion that I am going to have to organize these myself in terms of a color series that is, I don't know, pleasing to my eye, yeah? So if we jump into, let's say, what's a color that's non-offensive? I'll just chuck out some blue ones, yeah? So you're a blue, you're a blue, you're a blue, you're a blue, you're a purple, these two are blues. We'll grab them out. We'll grab out this blue. We will grab out this one and this one. We're not going to grab out every single blue, but just like the ones that kind of scream blue at me. Alright. So, moving these cheeky boys to the side and grabbing out a piece of paper. I will also say, just before we start having a look at the pens themselves, that I thought it was very much appreciated that they come with some spare nibs as well. So like if, I don't know, there's one in the box that isn't quite right, or if you blunt it or whatever, you can switch them out, I assume just by pulling it out of the pen and shoving these in. It does have some little instructions with it. So that's really cool. All right. Yes, no. Like Deb has said, I don't know where it was questioned, but you do not need to be part of the team with a capital T to be part of the giveaway. You just need to be just subscribed. So team with a little t. I know it's very confusing. I apologize. I should have been more clear. Realistically, I should have been more clear. I need a piece of paper. We're just gonna bring back these cheeky boys because they're here. So having a look, you can see we have a decent selection of blue pens. Some of them have cap colors that are fairly kind of similar to each other, and some of them are distinctly different. So I think I'd like to have a look at the ones that are a little bit more similar to each other and see if they're actually different colors of blue. Let's see, two that are fairly similar would be these two. So this is pen 92 and 141. So you can see that I'm already feeling a little bit about the fact that these pens are not necessarily in number order that tells you a good color story. I have a sneaking suspicion that it's just like as they've added new colors, they've just given it the next number in the series. Yeah? Let's see. we've got the brush side, so what, a thick and then thin if you're thin about things, like applying less pressure. So down, then up, then down, up. I'm not very good at brush lettering, can you tell? So it has a nice nib to it. I think it's interesting like how much the kind of base of the nib seems to come out of the pen, but it means that you can get like, you know, decently thick lines, which is quite nice. Good for colouring. If we go over it multiple times, just like a Tombow, you get that kind of darkening of a section. That happens with pretty much every different type of water-based marker you have. And then we have the fine liner, which does seem to be in the same colour, which makes sense because they probably share the same, you know, cartridge for the ink. So that was number 141. Then if we try just 92, yeah, you can already see, like, before I even put this down, I could see that it was going to be darker because the nib color is darker. They're nice pens though. I think that these would actually make for a fairly decent like alternative to Tombows. The color seems very saturated and very even, which is nice. So one of the things that I have an issue with, and I did not spell fine liner right, but it really does not matter. One of the issues that I have with Crayola Super Tips in particular, is that when you put a stripe of color down, you get an ink dump at the end. I'm just going to have to move my microphone here so that I don't smash you into a drawer, because that's not friendly. Nobody likes that. And grab out a pen. I'm trying to pick a color that's fairly similar here. We'll see. We'll see if that's the case. But when you put down Crayola Super Tips on the paper, you often get like an ink dump at the end of it. See how it pulls? Yeah, might be a little hard to see from that far away. But you see how we have that kind of like splodge here? Yeah, we don't have that with the Ohuhus, which is a really nice feature, because I was kind of thinking that given the fact that they are cheaper, I was kind of expecting this to happen, but it works quite well. Are they as dense as a Tombow? That's a good question. I have a Tombow that's going to be a similar color to that. I'm going to go grab it. So that's the Ohuhu. This is the Tombow. I think for this one in particular, the color's actually better on the Ohuhu. We're going to ignore that. It would be hard to say. I'd need to play around with them more to kind of get a feel for them. But if you have a look at they're not necessarily the same color. They look fairly similar. But the Ohuhu does seem to be a little bit more inky than the Tombow. It could just be that the Ohuhu is like new, and it's thus, you know, giving it a little bit more ink. In terms of bleed, I mean, we've got a little bit more ghosting from the Ohuhu compared to the Tombow, but this is like cartridge paper, so it's not really that exciting. These ones are water-based. They're not the alcohol-based. They do have alcohol-based markers. I did not receive the alcohol-based markers. So yeah, totally effectively a really good alternative if you didn't want to pay for Tombows. And you wanted something a little bit more, I'm not going to say like upmarket, because that's not quite what I mean, but something that's a little bit better, I think, than the Crayola Super Tips, because like I said, the Crayola Super Tip has that kind of ink dump at the end of it, which is just it's not so nice when you're trying to colour things in and then you have like those dumped ink places. Meh. Let's see, Sarah Beth has a question too. Alrighty, I'm bad at keeping up with questions, so I apologise. Are they water-based? Yes, they are water-based. Excellent. So, water-based, and seems wider than a Tombow. Let's bring the Tombow back out. We'll have a look at the nibs compared to each other. Right? So we've got this guy, and we've got the 92. I hope I remember which cap is which, she said jokingly. So, in terms of the nibs, you can see that the Tombow does seem like the Tombow ends thicker, but you don't necessarily use the packaging looks exactly like the Mighty 8 pens that Rachel and I have. Yeah, I think that the packaging on the Ohuhus also looks very similar, if not exactly the same, to the Ultanu pens. The Ultanu Hawaii series, or whatever it was called. Like, it looks very similar to that. I would like to play around with more of the Ohuhus to see if they do have like that ink dump in other colors, but yeah. Nib wise, the Tombow is a little bit wider, but I mean, you don't use it that far down anyways, so let's see. In terms of price points, yeah, the Tombows are going to be the most expensive of the three, then the Ohuhus, I'm pretty sure, and then the Crayola Super Tips. Because Crayola Super Tips are, like, designed effectively to be a kid's pen. That's not to say that they're not good for stuff. Like, doing brush lettering with a Crayola Super Tip can be a lot easier because it does have that pointed nib that isn't so flexible. I mean, I'm not very good at brush lettering in general, so please do not take me as your source of inspiration for this, but... Let's go have a snoop. Alrighty. We love a good snoop. Ohuhu. Ohuhu. And we chuck that over here. Oh, guess who's having a Black Friday sale as well? 50% off. Yay for that. Let's do a little share of the screen so you can see what I see. Very punchy. Very bright. Boom. Black Friday sale. So we are in particular looking at the water-based markers, and in particular we're looking at the Maui series, which has the brush and the fine liner. So not just the flexible brush, it's like a more kind of rigid brush. And we are in particular looking at the 160 dual color tip blah blah set. Yeah. So you can see from their color swatches that they are not in any particular color order. I need to put them in a better order, but vibrant colors with color code, which we appreciate. We love it when it's written on the barrel. Smooth, sturdy dual tips. So far, so good. I would agree. Versatile, multifunctional. Yes, I suppose you can use them for multiple things. And then they have two different colors for the packaging, but that's not really all that exciting. Yeah, let's see. Shipping is calculated at checkout. I don't really know if there's a lot other information on here, but... yeah, what makes them different? Dual tips, non-toxic, water-based ink, non-bleeding in your journal. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, blah blah set. Yeah, very fancy. I'm doing well, eh? Yeah, we were looking for price. So this is New Zealand dollars, sorry. So if we scroll down, I'm sure that we can figure out how to change it to US. There we go. I figured it out. Oh, more scrolling. My favorite sport. Good finger workout so that it can scroll all the way down to find US, which I probably could have just typed the letter U. I can't spell. Where's U? Is it next? Is it after T? Righty. US outlying islands. United States. Okay, we found it. It's refreshing. We're okay. So yes, $54.99 US for the 160 pen set. So considering how much you would pay for a Tombow set and they only have 108 colors, it would be very interesting to do a comparison of those pens together. I'm not going to do it today. Just a little interesting. But yeah, so it's something to think about. An interesting option, I suppose. And I like the fact that they have the fine liner on the end, because finding a fine liner color that matches the Tombows is often really hard. If you were using the Ohuhu ones, they already come with a fine liner, so that's really convenient, I personally think. So that's what, number 88 in the Ohuhu, which probably matches similar to 533 of the Tombow. Which my Tombows are older, so we can't judge them too much. That's why they're probably looking a little bit fluffier, but very comparable, I think, which is quite awesome. And they have a great selection of skin tones too. Well, that's good to know. Nice. Yeah, so because we just pulled all the blue ones out, so unless you have blue skin, these aren't really blue tones. Rather, they aren't skin tones. I can do English. She lied. So putting those to the side, I'm really eager to do like a proper swatch of these at some point, really test them out, but that will not be a today job, that will be a future us job. So we can put those back into our bucket, which is excellent. Put them in. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to continue to store them in this storage box either, because I feel like I would prefer to store them horizontally, and while I could store this horizontally, I don't think it's as user-friendly. Yeah, the avatar color palette. It's literally that. So we can chuck all those back in the box. I feel like we need to put some of them upside down because some of them were upside down. So that is our Ohuhu dual brush journal pens, which are water-based, dual tip. They've got the brush and the fine, non-toxic and acid-free. Excellent addition to my stationery lineup, if I do say so myself. And then we have the other pens. The others. I totally forgot to put these guys in the box. We're just going to ignore that. So, we have the liquid fine liner pen Kohala. And we've got the colored fine line pens and the gel ink pens. We're going to start with gel ink because you guys know the gel pens are kind of my nemesis. Like, me and gel pens just don't really seem to get along, but I feel like we're going to need to test these on something that's not white paper, you know, just considering we've got white gel pens here. So I think that we're going to have to get out, that's sticky, some blackout paper, right? I don't often use blackout paper, but I think that for the purpose of testing gel pens, that would be a good idea. Ugh, sticky fingers now. That's not pleasant. That's not what I want. So, blackout paper. There we go. So, my little baggie of blackout paper to test on. And we'll just test on this piece here, because that's a nice size to do some testing on. We'll do a little zoom in. So I will say that these are gel ink pens, and I think they're supposed to be metallic, but the cap would give me the kind of vibes of being glitter pens. So I will pull out one of each color. It's nice that they give you a little pack of all of them. They are all the same size. I was just checking to make sure that, you know, proof of concept. They are all the 08 size. Yep. And in terms of on the barrel, we've got the Ohuhu branding, we've got a little feather, which is kind of cute, and then the different colored caps. Yeah. So, white gel pen. This is a, already not my vibe. We'll start the pen, let's see. There we go. White gel pen. Well, after you get it started, it seems to write quite nicely. And a little squirrel. I feel like I am not necessarily the best person to test and give an opinion on gel pens, given the fact that gel pens and I do not get along very well. So the gold is certainly... Ooh, okay. So the gold I think would actually be better on white paper rather than black paper, because it seems to be very glittery compared to like metallic, but it is pretty. Gel pen. And then we'll do a squiggle. Squiggle, 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 squig. Do, 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 do. And then we'll do the silver as well, which I feel like I now want to write with these on white paper as well. Silver, I can spell silver. Silver. Okay, so the silver shows up nicely. Gel pen. Actually, the silver shows up really nicely. Good job, silver. I think if you're on the market for a silver gel pen, this is pretty dang decent. So you can see that the gold is very much like glittery. I think that you can probably see that, like the individual pieces of kind of glitter sparkle-esque kind of stuff in it. But then the silver is much more punchy. It's gonna be going on dawn for Jess. No, it's like just gone midday. Yeah, it's like 1:30 midday here. We're okay. Yeah, like noon. But the gold one is more of a glitter, whereas the silver is more of a metallic, I feel. And then the white is just like a matte white kind of a thing. But they do show up fairly nicely. So the question is, now if we test them, okay, so we're not smudging now, but we just put it down. I mean, I am getting a little bit of transfer on my finger, but it's not too bad. The thing that I always find with gel pens is that even after they're dry, I get transfer with them, like once I close my book. So if I just mimic that by closing the book. Let's see, do we have any transfer? Yeah, a little bit, but only if you're roughhousing things, but I do roughhouse things, so We have some transfer even after dry, but I feel like maybe that's just what gel pens do, and I'm just way too persnickety about things. Yeah, the silver and white do look fairly similar on screen, but in person, the silver does certainly have a shine, and the white is very matte. But the gold is just like a glitter rather than a metallic. And I wonder if it's just like maybe it needs to be primed more. Like gold, seems to be the same. Gold test 2.0. Yeah, it seems to not stand out as well. I think that of the ones that we've got, the silver and the white do seem, I'm not going to say better, but like more usable on blackout paper. Alrighty, Tracy's question. Do you think that the white would be good for making corrections? That is a great question. Let us investigate. So I will say that if you're using a white gel pen to do corrections, oftentimes if you're using it over the top of something that's water-based, you're just going to have a bad time regardless. Alright? There's usually better ways to correct over the top of water-based markers compared to like using a water-based kind of gel pen like this. So if we go over here and we say, oh, that line was bad, like we can kind of color over the top of it to kind of get rid of it. But because it's a water-based ink, the ink kind of like bleeds into the white gel pen. This happens with pretty much every white gel pen you use, unless you're using some kind of like an acrylic paint kind of thing. But yeah. If we're going over something that isn't water soluble though, so maybe something like a micron, we could try it with the micron. So this is the text. We'll let it dry because we're just sitting there thinking about our choices like, oh my gosh, I made a mistake in my journal. Everything's over. I'm never gonna recover from this. I'm being a little dramatic, but sometimes that's what it feels like. It's okay to be sad when you make a mistake, but know that they're fixable. Okay? So after a while, we let it dry out properly after we've thought about our choices, and then we can go in and try and fix it up with the gel pen. I find that dabbing at it is usually better than trying to draw over it. I find that with pretty much all gel pens. But at the same time, I don't tend to prefer using a white gel pen anymore to do fixes, because gel pens and I don't get along. I'd be more inclined to use a white sticker or something like that. But we'll dab it on, we'll test it out. Bam! And the text is gone. You can still kind of see it there. And as it kind of sinks in, it is still kind of noticeable. Whereas I would personally prefer, for any kind of fixes, to use something like this, which is just a roll of those name tag stickers you get when you go to conferences and people need to know who you are. So I would just take a piece of this, cut it off, and stick that over the top of the mistake. Like that. It's not seamless, but it usually works a fair bit better. And then it's a lot easier to write over because it has a similar feeling, like texture, similar finish to what your notebook paper already has. So you can go and write over the top of that. You know, if I wanted to use, this is not the same colored pen, you can just color over the top of it. And if you don't go outside the lines like a complete menace like I did, then it blends in a lot nicer, which is really convenient. But yeah. All right, let's see. Question. Okay, so we have a question about paper quality. Paper quality versus paper weight, different things, right? So it really depends. There's a heap of factors, right? Heap of factors that go into paper. But I find that most 160 GSM notebooks are gonna be fine for what I need to do. If you want to do watercolor painting, then the weight of the paper isn't so much important. It's like the type of paper, yeah? Like watercolor paper is just built different. That being said, people can get really beautiful watercolor effects in their journal with 80 GSM paper if the paper is coated. Yeah? If you have an 80 GSM paper that has coated paper, like the old LT 1917s, I don't know if they still do it, but the old LT 1917s with their 80 GSM paper, you can get really nice watercolor effects in because the watercolor ink doesn't sink into the paper, even though the paper is thinner. So it really depends on what you want to do. Yeah? Alrighty, so the silver, I'm a fan of. The gold is pretty. I don't think it would be my go-to for blackout paper because it's not got the same level of opacity, and the white pen is actually pretty good. Still has transfer, but that makes sense because gel pens are my nemesis. We're going to test them on this paper here too, just for the sake of completeness. We're going to chuck white down. I'm going to write it fast because there's literally no point to it. There's the white pen. And then if we do the silver, gorge. So silver is definitely more visible and has a very nice little shine to it. And then gold. You can see the gold way better on here compared to on the blackout paper. And again, it has that very pretty shine. Very pretty shine. Oh, sparkles. So nice. The silver is obviously picking up more of the light right now, but the gold is more like individual sparkles rather than a whole sheen kind of thing. Let's see. I feel like there was a question before and I'm just like completely missed it. I apologize if you had a question. Alrighty, do you have a video for planning spreads with meal logs, daily to-do lists, and a weekly calendar? When you say planning spreads, do you mean like planning the layouts before I set them up? Or do you mean making the layouts that are designed for planning? I feel like I've overanalyzed this question too much. I have a previous video about meal logging, if that helps, and daily to-do lists. I feel like I don't have a video specifically on daily logs yet, but I want to make one. I have previously touched on daily logs in general, but that's more so when I'm looking at like changing up my style of daily log and building like a particular daily for how I like to plan more than anything else. Yeah, this slips underneath here. So possibly. As a side note, just because I know that there's often questions about like, do you have a video on X? Because I have quite a few videos, so totally fair. Hey keyboard, if you're ever looking for a video from me, so one that you're like, hey, does Jess have a video on insert topic here? What you can do is you go to my channel, obviously, because that's where my videos are, but you can just go to this little search icon here. Yeah, so if you want to find something like, you know, daily logs, so if we just type in daily, we'll see if anything comes up. So it's the daily log explained, weekly versus daily logs. This one is about monthly and weekly resets, so there's probably something about their daily stuff. Bullet journal reflection, there's something about daily basis reflection on there, daily planning. So that would be like the easiest way to find whether I have a video on a topic. So for instance, if you're looking like, you know, oh, does Jess have something about the Alastair method? So Alastair method. Yep, there we go. My favorite bullet journal hack, the Alastair method, is in there. All right, and these are other videos where I've mentioned the Alastair method. So if you're ever wondering, does Jess have a video on that? That's a really good way to check if I have a video on that. Hopefully that was helpful. All right, shoving this to the side because we still have some pens to look at. So the next one we have are fine liner pens, which is kind of more my speed. I prefer fine liners to gel pens because gel pens are my nemesis. I will say that the sticker on these is so sticky. So to the extent where I would probably not want to keep things in this packet anymore now as I pulled the sticker off because the residue on there is potent. Which isn't really a problem because I'm not going to keep it in the packet anyways, but it's something to think about. Yeah. Let's see. So, yeah, please make a daily spread video. I would enjoy that. Excellent. I'm glad that there is interest because, yeah, I would be interested in it. So, in terms of our pens, we have the coloured fine liners, which are in the 05 size, which I assume is something. Like some kind of size, whatever size that is. And then we've got a range of black ones in different sizes. So 08 through to 005. I assume that these are numbered similar to the way that they number the microns. And then this is a brush tip one. I'm going to go out on a ledge and say that it's possibly brush tip, or maybe it's broad. We'll have to have a look. So, bringing back our beautiful swatching paper, which is just not ideal for this level of swatching because it is so small, but we're going to use it anyways. And we're just going to pull all of these out of the packet. Brilliant. So, a little bit of color fine liners. Okay, yep. It tells you on the back what the actual sizes are. So B is the Pinello, whatever that means, and 08 is a 0.5 millimeter, 05 is a 0.45. It's a really interesting conversion. I assume that it's common. I'm not sure why it's done that way, but it's interesting. Alrighty, so let's have a look. The Discord is an excellent resource. 100% agree. Deb knows what is what. If you want to join our Discord, it's a great place to ask questions, both for me and for other people in our community. There is a link in the description box, like everything else, because that's where you put things like that. So, in terms of this one, we have a pink, which is very pretty, punchy. It's not necessarily the exact same color as the cap, but it still looks cute. We have a blue, which is a nice dark color, and again the caps go on very nicely, which is always convenient. We have a purple, and I would say that the purple looks pretty similar to the cap, which is good. So far it's only the pink that looks a little bit different. The blue matches its cap well, which is good. We have a lime kind of color, which looks kind of nice too. Putting these all the wrong way around. It's nice to have variety. This green is a lot more blue tone than I think that the cap makes it seem like it would be. This is not in focus. There we go. Does that look a little bit better? Yeah, so you can see how maybe the ink of this pen is a little bit more blue than it is on the cap, which is fine. Ooh, they have posted a spoiler for the A&O Advent. I do love a good spoiler. Right, and yellow. You know, I say that. I like spoilers about very specific things. When they're about purchases that I'm wanting to make and I kind of want to know what I'm getting myself into, love a good spoiler. If it's about a book or a TV show or a movie, no. I will have none of it. Yeah, we'll put the orange down. That is a very nice and vibrant orange. We have another orange. No, this is a brown. Also known as dark orange. There we go. And we have a red. I don't have fine liners in this size that are colored. So this is actually a really good addition to my existing lineup, which is nice. Most of my fine liners are thinner if they're colored. So that's quite nice. Yeah, I know. I figured that Monica was sitting here like, what is she talking about? Jess is telling lies again. Yep. Alrighty, so the brush tip, or the BR one, is certainly a brush. Just a little fine brush. It's more flexible than the brush nib on the what were the ones from before? The actual kind of like brush markers that came in the big box. And then the rest of these are just black. So we're gonna just swatch the first one because black is pretty much, I mean, not all the black pens are the same. Not all black pens are created equal, but if they're all from the same brand, there's a pretty good likelihood that they're all pretty similar. So these are the colors that we have to work with. You can see the brush one up the top there with the different size strokes, and then we've got our colored ones down the bottom, which are all in that, 05 size, which is actually a 0.45 millimeter nib. But very nice little range, nice little collection, and I think that it's really good that I'm now adding some different size fine liners to my collection, so I'm not sad about this at all. Alrighty, you cheeky boys, we're gonna move you to the side quietly. Quietly, I don't want to hurt people's ear holes. I need another pencil case. And then the next set of pens that we got from them, because again, like, this is a huge haul, guys. We have lots of stuff to look at here. These ones are the Koloha liquid fine liners. So I am kind of interested to see how they are different to the ones we just looked at. We have some sizes on the caps for these ones, and they go thinner than the last set. And we've got that brush one again. So, oh, sticky, oh, messy. Okay, I'm gonna tip these ones out of their packaging. So the barrel of these ones is a little bit different as well. Kind of, you know those old school magic wands? You know, the ones that had like the little white cap on the top and the tail of them? That's what these remind me of. These remind me of like old school magic wands where the caps are just a little bit more exaggerated. So, like it says, we've got the liquid fine liner. This one's the brush nib one. We'll have a look at the brush. So this is a nice, aggressive, pointy brush. You can see that little fine brush there. And so we can get very nice thin lines and a beautiful thick line. This is a very flexible nib. Flexible nib. Whee! Right, I'm not a kind of brush lettering wizard, so that is the extent of the brushing that we are going to do. But if we have a look at some of these other ones, I'm quite curious to see how inky they are. Like, this is cartridge paper, so it's not necessarily the best for like testing. I probably should have gotten something that was a little bit more... Ooh, that's nice. There you go. This is Jess. Yes, certainly liquid. I can see that that one is a little bit more inky than the ones that we were working with before. Also because of that, and given the nature of this paper being not so quality, you might see that we do have a slight amount of feathering. But again, this is cartridge paper. This isn't something that you'd like use in your journal kind of a thing. Yeah. Alrighty, question. Do you know if the A&O Advent box will be restocked around Black Friday? Or restocked at all in general? It sold out fast. I would hazard a guess to say probably not. Don't quote me on it, but I think that that was probably all of their stock. Also Tink. Yes. Guys, it was like 10:22 and I missed a super sticker, and I'm so sorry that I missed calling out your super sticker pages with Paige, but thank you for that. That's very exciting, and I hope your super sticker moment was amazing, and I'm sorry I missed it. Rude. It's only been like 2 hours and 20 minutes since then. It's fine. I'm so sorry. So, you might be able to see, I don't think you really can because this is obviously full right now, but this cartridge here is actually see-through and you can kind of see the ink in it. I can only really tell when they've been lying down for a while, so I'm going to try and move this one to the camera carefully, so hopefully you can see. Do you see that very slight bubble in it? Oh dear. No, it's gone. Well, okay, it was there. Let's just agree that it was there. Okay. So in terms of the other sizes though, we do have some finer ones, and the quality of black on these is lovely, which is something I always look for in a fine liner. I like my black pens to be very dark. I don't like them to be grey, especially when you erase over them actually, so I should probably go over this with an eraser. Yep, still definitely black. I'm probably pulling up the paper more than anything else. This guy, we have a slight graying of it, which you might not be able to tell on camera, but it is still decently black. Get out of there erasing. Interesting. Alright, so I'm actually quite impressed with these. It's one of those things, right? I don't mean to be skeptical of brands that have cheaper price points. Like, I say cheaper in a nice way. I don't think cheap is a bad word. I think that okay, I'm going off on a tangent. You could put it on my distraction counter. Cheap can be used in a bad way. I do not mean it in a bad way. So, I'm always a little bit skeptical of brands that have a lower price point, usually just because, in my mind, you pay more, you get more. That's just the way that my mind is set up to work. But I'm actually very impressed with the Ohuhu products. I want to try out more of these brush markers because I was really thinking they were going to be doing that ink dump that you get at the end of Crayolas, and they haven't been doing that. And I think that it's really nice that they've got a fine liner tip as well. That's a really cool feature. And then I really like these colors, and it's nice to have them in that kind of thicker nib compared to what I'm used to. And these black liquid fine liner pens, I think the black is a great quality. I'd be interested to see how they kind of compare to microns in general and such, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Could you show us the tip of the liquid... Well, it's scrolled back. Could you show us the tip of the liquid fine liners, please? Yes, I can do that. We're going to go to the 05 and we're going to compare it to the other one. All right, so that's 02, that's 05. Okay, so these are the liquid one, and we'll find the black 05 from before, if we can find it in the mess that is the side of the desk over here. That's 03. Come on, you. No, we could just do 03. That might just be easier. I'm dropping them. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, we're going to do 08 because I managed to find the 08. Okay, so if you are 06 and you're 08. Okay. And again, I'm sure that I can remember which one is which. But the tips look fairly similar, honestly. The tip of the liquid one looks a little bit less dark, but in terms of the actual writing of it, it still comes out with black ink, so it's fairly comparable. I think it's just like the ink is more fluid, or the way it gets into the pen nib might be a little different or something, because you can kind of see the structure of the barrel there is a little bit different. But let's have a look. So there's white there. Okay. That's the liquid, and then this is the regular. Now, we have a comparison. So the liquid one is the one at the top. We'll just put a little arrow. It's the liquid one. I will say that when the pen ink went down onto the page, it felt more fluid, which kind of makes sense. And in terms of the amount of ink that came out of it, it looks like we have a little bit more, and thus have a little bit of feathering, but that's also in part because of the paper we're using. So nibs are comparable. Structure of the pen is different. Fluidity of the ink is more fluid in the fluid one, somewhat unsurprisingly. Yeah. So yeah, they have the same tip, but it's just a different structure of the pen. So a little bit curious. Alrighty. Let's see. Yeah, the distraction characters are about 3. That's roughly where we got to. Oh, right. So that's looking cute. From Ohuhu, we had the liquid fine liners. We had the regular fine liners, which are just, you know, your typical, but still very nice. We had the ink pens, of which the silver and the white I was very pleased with. The gold I probably wouldn't use on blackout paper. And we had the whole box of the 160 dual brush pens, which have the fine liner base and the water brush, what's the word? Brush tip at the top. Oh my gosh. Alrighty team. So, as said, as promised, we have a reminder for how you can enter the giveaway. The giveaway isn't from Ohuhu. We have 2 giveaways, remember. One of them is the Typhosi giveaway, which is over on Instagram. Make sure that you jump over there. It's an international giveaway. There are going to be 2 winners, right? We want you to win. You're worth of good things. We love this. Okay, so jump over there, details are over there. If you want to enter the Stationery Pal giveaway, the stream is ending very soon, so if you're here on the live, just refresh the page when I wrap up doing my spiel. You need to follow Stationery Pal and follow me on Instagram. By that I mean YouTube, and I'm confused and I'm really hungry. And then you need to comment on this video with a purple heart. Doesn't matter what else you put in the comment, just needs to have a purple heart so I know that you want to win. Alrighty? Thank you for being here. Oh my gosh, my desk is a mess and now I have so much to clean up, but that's no different to usual. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. Thank you for being here. It's always good to see you. I need to go eat some food. Bye for now. Oh my god.